I was gonna do the chat last night that was thrown up, and I was like, oh wait a minute. Hey everybody, thanks for coming to the stream and checking this out. This is Maximum Apocalypse, the role-playing game made by me and run by me. It's weird how that happens. But anyway, this is my channel you're watching this on. This is part of ATCONLINE, if you can see by this thing down here, which is ATCONLINE. I always mess it up when I say it. It's a fun convention, and so I'm glad to be participating in it here. And like I said yesterday, for those that don't remember, if you buy anything from them right now during this con, it goes to a charity called Feeding America. So that's really cool. But anyway, I'm joined by these people, and also that Discord that I keep pointing at. I always point it when I go to point at the players. That's my Discord. If you want to play or find out more about this game, you can join that Discord and talk to people. But anyway, these players are playing in the game today, and so we'll hear from them. Right now, I'm going to go in the order that I see you guys introducing yourselves. So I'm going to see you on the stream, which is different from what you guys are seeing on Zoom. So it's going to go with Karen. It's going to be Cam, and then Remy, and then Codger, Terry, and Jackie in that order. So you guys will have to think about your characters once you're playing. So we'll start right there with Cam and some descriptions about you.
Where I play mostly Genesis games, but we do some of the odd D&D or Mecha Hack and other things like that. But I'm here today and I'm playing Cam. She's kind of a scientist priest. We'll find out what that means. I'm brand new to the system and I'm really excited to dive in and live some apocalyptic badness, I guess would say.
And I will apologize. I apparently still had everyone muted when you started your introduction. I caught you early on, but I think your name got missed, and so that's all that happened. So apologize for that. They don't need to know. Whatever, it's fine. If you raise your hand right now and move it over to the edge of your box, you'll see your name will appear, and they can find your YouTube channel. I apparently made them too dark. I realized just now, so everyone will have to guess what your YouTube channel is. The only one who's right is Paul's because he has a gray background, so it's worked out. All right, so the next would be Remy.
Here I was about to drink a thing of water. Hi, I'm David L. Weaver. I don't really have a show or whatnot to plug right now, but I am an artist. This is not my picture. But you can definitely come check me out on Facebook. It's public. Just go through the thing and you'll see my art and all the craziness that I do over there. Yeah, I am excited. I am playing Remy, which is the guy behind me. I decided he was going to be a gunslinger type thing because he is. Secondary attribute is gunslinger and primary one is hunter. And apparently he saw Godzilla. So
yep, that's the thing that happens.
And I'm probably about 14, 15 years old on top of that. So, and I specifically made him Texan because why not?
Why not? His original name was Hickok, actually, so that's fine.
Oh, even better.
Okay, and then we'll go to Codger.
Hey, I'll be playing Codger. Don't take much guff, and I don't have any YouTube channels to plug. Thanks.
Great, awesome. Okay, then we'll go to Terry.
Hi everyone, I'm Paul, also known as the Raven Rolls, and I think it's over there somewhere. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook, and technically Discord, though I don't use it that much. And I stream a bit, but hopefully you can start streaming to Twitch. I'm also on there, just no videos yet. I am playing Terry, also Terrence, if you want to call him that. He's a gunslinger firefighter, but he's basically good with firearms, heavy weapons, and overall survival. And he is, I guess it's considered middle age, but it's 20 to 35. I guess in the apocalypse, that's middle age.
Well, actually, I messed up on the character sheet. It's actually it's I think it's 30 to 45. So.
So
yeah.
She's old. He's older than I thought. Okay. Yeah. All right, that's fine. So yeah, so He's all right, middle age in his 30s, late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah, no, it sucks that I blocked myself into a category called middle age, but that's fine. And finally, Jackie.
Hey everybody, my name is Jeremy. I have a YouTube channel called the Erasmus Expeditions, where I do a lot of live plays, and I have videos where I talk about RPGs and things of that nature. So yeah, go check it out if you like that kind of stuff. I'm very excited. Day number 2 of ATCONLINE 2020. Very excited to be here and be learning a brand new game to me. I've never played Maximum Apocalypse, but I have heard about it for several years now, and I'm excited to. It's daunting, but I'm very excited to learn my way around the system and see if I can't figure out how to play this character. Today, I'm going to be playing Jackie, who is a firefighter and has been Mr. September in the local fireman's calendar for the last 3 years running, and he also just happens to be a pretty good fireman. So I'm ready. Let's do this.
Yeah, that's okay. So your fireman is ready to go. I was just thinking about yesterday, and we had Jaden in one of our games, and she told us the new categories of ages. And so those of you who are 30 to 45 are in the old category. So just FYI. So and anyone that was like 16 plus was just like ancient, and then anyone older than like 80 was dirt, and that was her categories. So hey, just feel okay that you're middle aged. I'm gonna share this thing. I just realized I hadn't shared it, so I'll share that, and then we'll get going. All right, so you guys are playing Maximum Apocalypse, the RPG, which is, as I said, made by me. It's produced through Rock Manor Games. It's based on a board game of the same name, and it takes place after the fall of civilization, due to the just the weight of all of the apocalypses, all of the conceivable apocalypses happening, kind of all at the same time. So, you could be like, oh, there was kaiju in my town, apparently. Yeah, there were, and there was also aliens invading, and robots that became sentient started killing everyone, and they dropped some nuclear bombs and created mutants. World cracked in half. Fae came out of nowhere. Vampires. Like, it's just a big mishmash of problems. But for you guys, that might have all happened, but you don't remember any of it right now, because at this point in time, we're going to start you off with sort of I guess, amnesia experience. You are waking up in a room, but I'll just read it to you. You don't remember a whole lot about what's going on anywhere. This is a perfect game for introductory players because you have no idea who you are or what you're doing, and so this is perfect. All right. So you find yourself slowly gaining consciousness surrounded by darkness. It is detached at first, but as time passes, you become more and more connected to your body, your breathing, and the small aches of your muscles. The sounds around you are muffled at first, but then become clearer and clearer until the sounds feel close rather than outside of a numbing mist. A moment later, your eyes flutter open and your retinas are flooded with a powerful light that quickly dims. You soon realize that your retinas have adjusted to the world as it comes into focus. You are in a featureless white room and your body seems foreign. Slowly, you begin to have vague memories. You vaguely remember rushing through a city as if being chased. You remember a ball of light followed by a numbing pain. You cannot remember anything else, not your name, your age, or where you come from. You just remember the running and the numbness. Testing your hands, you realize that they respond. This is definitely you. And as soon as you have this thought, the numbness fades and you feel connected. Turning your head to look around the room, you realize you are not alone. There are others around you who seem to be just as confused as you are. Making sure you are you one more time, you sit upright and look to your companions to see if they're experiencing the same amnesiatic experience as you. And now I turn it over to you guys.
So I think Jackie kind of sits up. Is he on like a table of some kind, or
No, you're just on the floor. Yeah, on the ground.
What does this room look like?
It's white, and it seems to have like kind of a curve to it, but like not like a real, like the floor and the walls kind of seem to be one unit.
Okay.
But otherwise, there's no piping or ductwork or recessed lighting, but it is bright. Like there is a lot of light in the room, but you can't see any reason why there should be.
So it sounds like a pretty sterile, kind of blank environment. So yeah, he's gonna kind of sit up, look around, He's going to check to make sure he's wearing clothes.
Yes. Yeah, you have clothes on.
He's going to kind of look around. You, anybody else understand what's going on here, or is it just me? I don't know if I drank too much, or anybody?
What the hell? Where are we at? Who are you?
Oh, good. It's you're. What are we doing here? You have any idea what's going on, kid?
Keep it down. I need a smoke.
He's gonna stand up and start walking around, trying to figure out what this room might be or how to get out of it.
Sure. Okay, so when you're looking around the room, make a perception skill roll for me. What you'll do is you'll look at your character sheet, and you'll find perception, and it will be under instinct. That's where you'll find it, and you'll just roll to see if you get under your instinct.
Okay, let's see. So I rolled a 15. My instinct is a 40, but under perception I have a +5, so 45. So that's 2 degrees of success.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. 2 degrees of success, so a great success. 2 degrees of success, you are able to find as you're sort of, walking around trying to find the thing. You notice a seam that you couldn't see initially by looking at the walls or anything. You can see it now. It's very, very, very thin, but it does have some air sort of moving through it, and you can see dust coming through. With that same great success, you also hear a humming outside of, like, on the other side of the wall where this seam is. It sounds like an electrical humming, not like any kind of weird humming, just like an electrical buzz, as it were, on the other side of the wall. And there's a small little slit next to this seam that you really couldn't see until you got close to it.
Yeah. Anybody else know where this goes? This looks like it could be some kind of door. He's kind of like feeling along the seam, kind of running his finger along that little slit that's next to the doorway. I don't like this room very much. I don't know about you, but I want to get out of here.
Yeah, and I think as soon as you've kind of mentioned, like, you found that seam, Jackie would be getting up and heading over to where you're at. Here, let me look at that. And she'd kind of maybe almost push you out of the way so that she can actually get better inspection.
That was Cam, right? Not Jackie?
Yeah, Cam. Did I say Jackie?
Yeah, I was confused.
Yes.
I was a little confused.
Cam went over to Jackie.
Cam went to
pushed
Jackie.
myself.
It's one of those kind of games. Everyone's
Right.
Jackie. You're all playing the same character.
It's like being John Malkovich.
Okay, yeah. So you walk over to it and you're sort of inspecting it. This is interesting. Like, you can kind of tell that this must be something. Make a Xenotech use skill roll for me.
Yeah. Okay. So I got 59. Thing would be 80, so that would just be a regular success.
Okay, yeah, that's good enough. Yeah, this is obviously a door to some kind of alien door. You believe the slit is what indicates it to you that, like, this is like, it's like a keyhole, but it's not a keyhole, like, as it were. Like, it wouldn't be like a human style key. It would be whatever the aliens use. And for whatever reason, despite the fact that you don't know why you know that, you just know that that's an alien keyhole. You could probably pick it.
Sweet. Yeah, I would. Oh yeah, this is an alien keyhole. Just a second. Let me try to figure out how to.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to ask you to back up just a half step.
No. Let me take care of this, please. I can get it open.
This is a video game, right? It's got to be.
Video game.
Watching The Hollow on Netflix.
Yeah, if you wanted to pick the lock, you can do that. You don't need a tool, but if you all were to, like, pad your pockets, you'd realize that you have 4 component pieces on your person.
Yeah, pad myself looking for my pack of smokes.
No smokes, but you have 4 component pieces in your pocket.
You can make smokes.
We could build them.
They will
You can smoke anything if you try hard enough.
You can make a vape aerosol thing, whatever it's called.
For sure. These are the things that you can use component
Nah,
pieces
those
for. You
things
just
will
write
kill
on the
ya.
check. Yeah. So where's my cancer stick? All right. So to pick the lock, if you were to do that, you can either try the lock picking skill roll, or you could try the Xenotech thing like you did before, or you can even try mechanics to try to see if you can disassemble it from the inside. However, the lock picking and mechanics do require a higher degree of success, so you'll need a great success or higher, rather than the Xenotech, because Xenotech use is specifically for alien stuff, which is what you've determined this is.
I would definitely be using the Xenotech skill.
Yeah, so you can make it without using any of your pieces, but if you wanted to try to use your pieces to make something, then you would just make a crafting roll to craft them into a tool that you could get advantage on to that check. Or you can just do it. You don't have to. It's up to you. You have an 80, so for you probably don't even need to worry about it, but most other people might, right?
Yeah, I think she'll just try... she won't use any component pieces. She'll just try, kind of monkeying with it, because apparently I know what this is and what it does. I haven't, kind of fully processed that part of it, but we're going with it. And that is a fail. So I got an 86.
All right, well, that's a fail then.
So you said with luck I could re-roll, but then really bad stuff happens if
you fail again. Yeah, if you fail the second time, then it's like critically failing.
We're trapped in this room for the entire adventure.
Yeah, it would be the same as rolling 0, 0, 0, and that's how I would treat it. I wouldn't necessarily lock you in the thing for the entire adventure, but it might something else might happen. That's essentially what you'll know.
So Cam failed that.
Cam
failed
that, yeah.
So I'm Terry. He's gonna step up and let me give me a look at that. And
No, I got this.
he flashes a smile and says, "Just give me a second here."
Yeah,
fine,
you think you can pick that as well, but you don't know why you know that you think you can pick that. Yeah. You just have this feeling that you can do that.
Everybody else is failed on her stat. 82.
Everybody else is perfectly comfortable with the fact that this is aliens, that we're in an alien-built room, and nobody's questioning that.
It's a video game.
Do we remember our personal?
I'll wake up here soon.
You don't. That's the thing, is you don't remember anything about yourself even. You did, like I said, you just have these feelings you can do these things, and then you're going to try them, and we'll see how it pans out. So you had a feeling you could pick that lock, but apparently not.
Okay. Get out of the way, boomers.
We're just being overconfident, yeah.
I don't think it's a touch screen, so good luck, kid.
It's totally not a video game. You are not going to be able to open that.
Wow.
I cracked my fingers.
It's a very cathartic experience we're having right now, guys.
Okay, so what is resourcefulness?
So resourcefulness is a special ability you have. You gain advantage on crafting stuff. However, you have disadvantage on your crafting skill. So basically, it counterbalances itself. So you don't have disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was thinking maybe I could craft out of these components and whatnot a lockpick set to.
You could also try to craft something that to pry the door open if this whole lock picking thing keeps failing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try the lockpick thing.
Yeah. So go ahead and making a crafting roll. So you're gonna roll your D100 to try to get under your instinct, and then if you do, then we talk about what you crafted.
Okay. So I need to roll the 3 dice or just the 2 dice?
You would roll just the 2 dice because you have the special ability that counteracts your disadvantage.
Oh, okay. Only when you have the disadvantage thing, you roll the 3 dice. Okay, cool.
Or if you have advantage, but in this case, you don't have that either, right? You've neither.
Yeah.
Because you had the disadvantage, you had the advantage. They smash each other and they become nothing.
Yeah. So I roll. Okay, so my instinct is 55, and I rolled a 16.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's pretty good. That's 2 degrees of success, so that's a great success. So you are able to craft it. Now, the way that you craft things in this game, we make a component piece pool with the D4s, right? So you would roll, because you had a great success, you'd roll 2 D4, And this is more about time rather than like whether or not you successfully do it. So if you roll the 2d4, like if I roll these right now, I rolled 5. 5 is what you need to craft this set of tools, because any set of tools is 5 component pieces. So that means you would craft it just then. If you didn't, you would go back and you try to keep working on it until you could craft the thing. So it's a matter of like how long it takes you to craft it more than anything else. So I rolled 5 for you, so you're fine.
Oh, okay, cool.
But you only have 4 component pieces in your pocket. So you'll need to borrow one from somebody else to finish your toolkit.
Okay. I look at the party and says, I need something else. Give me something else.
Would this work?
Yes. And I take it and
Yep. And now
Little-
you've put together a lockpick tool set. So you can write that on your character sheet or write it somewhere. You have a lockpick tool set. So when you make lockpicking rolls, you gain advantage.
Look, this kid's been watching MacGyver.
He's just been playing video games. You do that all the time in video games.
yeah, exactly. Who the hell is MacGyver?
You don't watch the television show? It's a new MacGyver. No? All right, fine.
Television?
It's kids these days.
Yeah, so now you guys have a set of lockpick tools.
Okay, so I guess I'll try it.
Yeah, why not? You got the tools. I
Yep.
believe you're also proficient in lockpicking. I will.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so you will have advantage then on your roll.
Okay, so how does advantage
So
work
you roll
now?
the 3D, the 3 dice, right? And
Three
then you're
dice,
going to go for
okay.
the lowest possible combination of the
Okay.
dice.
Wow. Let's see, a 7 or an 8. I think I'll take a 7.
So there was like, so your tens dice. So what were your tens dice? Just double checking.
0.
Uh-huh.
And I rolled a 7, and I rolled an 8.
Okay. So yeah. So the one dice. I mean, we're gonna go with the 0-0 just to let you know. But one of your dice has to be a tens die, so it would be like this.
Oh, okay. I get you.
So
okay.
it would be like an 8 or an 8 and a 78 or an 87 and a 7, right? That's how
Okay,
it
so
usually runs.
it was 8 and a 7. Okay.
So yeah, right. So like
Yeah.
this, let's like it would look like that, right? But that's fine. Yeah. So you got like a 7,
Sorry.
we'll say, because that's the best combination. We'll just say.
Yeah.
So you got a 7, which I believe for you is definitely 3 degrees of success.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So I said before.
Agility 70.
Yep. So as I said before, you needed 2 degrees of success to lockpick this lock because it's an alien lock, and you got 3. So you definitely picked this lock.
Look, see? Easy.
The door goes click and kind of slides back a little bit, and then the whole wall just kind of comes in. You guys can now all see the same real easy, and the whole frame that is like a door panel that basically just kind of comes back and kind of with a hiss.
I really, really didn't think that was going to work.
Good work.
No problem.
Nobody is taking any kind of pause here about where we're at, what's going on, and how in the hell any of you even know how to do any of this stuff with this. I guess it's a door, but
Do we remember that the apocalypse has happened?
You do vaguely remember that the apocalypse has happened, but for whatever reason, you can't think of any specific details. Just
the
The
running
stuff.
world is shit, and I'm breathing. It's a good day.
Amazing.
well,
You don't
He's
need
gonna
a
kind of-
walker.
he's gonna reach out and push the door
Sure.
to see if that opens it.
With his big meaty hand. Jackie is twice the size of the tallest other character in the group, so just FYI. So
Perfect.
think of like your party just has like Andre the Giant hanging out with you. That's basically how this is going down.
I definitely move out of the way and let the big guy go first.
So your big meaty hand moves the door out of the way, and on the other side you find what appears to be an abandoned office. There's just like desks and chairs and stuff, little cubicles. There's dust on everything. There's a bunch of fluorescent lights in the ceiling that are just kind of like flickering, which is where the hum is coming from. And then you have windows that look to the outside world. On the desks in the room are backpacks, and there's some gear laying around.
So just to clarify, like this is a staunch like juxtaposition in like environment. Like this is like contemporary office building.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's
So,
all
yeah, he's gonna-
very clearly not sterile. There's like dust on
Right.
stuff. Yeah.
Right. So he's gonna kind of push this open, and he's just kind of, what the?
Bet you've never seen one of these before, Remy, huh? It's an office. People work here.
Amazing. So people actually go to these places. They don't. Wow.
I bet he's familiar
Oh.
with these backpacks.
So basic.
Well, I'll head over to one and start opening it and seeing what's inside.
Sure. So inside the backpack, when you open it up, is basic survival gear. Not a whole lot of it, but some of it. I will give you specifics in just a moment when I open to the page that I should have had opened before we started this adventure. Inside the backpack, you find, let's say, a camo tarp and 2 glow sticks. That in the one that you open, there are 4 others.
I run over and grab one.
Okay. Inside that one is some running shoes and a tent.
These backpacks look like they're in fairly decent condition.
Yes,
Just
they're
covered
in
in
different levels of condition. Essentially, some are a little bit more destroyed, but then others are better.
They're not like dry rotted or something.
No. They're all at least in
Okay.
usable condition. Yeah. One
Yeah,
of
I'll grab
them
one.
appears to be a military pack. Like it's got a bunch of pockets and stuff on it, which allow you to access things more easily. And then the rest just look like normal backpacks.
Would I know what a tent is?
I mean, I don't know. Do you know what a tent is? I
Well,
guess
I mean,
in your memory, no. Like yeah, you vaguely understand.
Kind of coming.
Yeah,
back
you know what a
or-
tent is. Use it for sleeping outside.
Well, that's what I do in the video games. I mean,
Right.
naturally, but
Yeah.
so-
Like you're not sure if the image you have of one set up next to a campfire is one that you've experienced before, or whether it was just like a save screen from a video game.
yeah. Okay.
I think the best is just start emptying them out onto the table. There's the table you said? Or?
There's a bunch of desks, yeah, and some chairs and things. There's also, like
Yeah,
I said,
so-
there's weapons and gear also laying around.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so in all of the backpacks, is it, so you said camel tarp, glow sticks.
Yeah,
running
camo
shoes.
tarp, 2 glow sticks, running shoes, a tent, 4 food units. That's what you've got, 4 food units. Lithium-ion battery, matches, and a rope.
You got that down, Paul?
Camel tarp, 2 glow sticks, running shoes, tent, 4 food units, lithium-ion battery, and rope.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So what else is in the room?
Weapons.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
stuff all over the place. So we'll get into some scavenging after you guys decide the weapons. You start grabbing stuff. I will ask you to look at your character sheet and determine which of the stats you do the best in as far as combat is concerned, and I will tell you what weapons are laying around related to those things.
Blades. It's the only one I have. Have anything.
Blades.
Looking for a flamethrower? No.
Yes, someone was asking about a flamethrower before.
Oh yeah, firearms.
Clubs.
Are you better with firearms or archery? I'm just curious.
I don't know. Well, what? Okay, agility. Okay. BS. Okay. Yeah, actually, archery.
Okay, I'll switch it.
Yeah, because my firearms is 60 and my agility is 70, so it's kind of.
Yeah, this
Get off.
I know what you guys are good at. I was seeing what you thought you wanted to have weapons for based
Yeah,
on what you.
well, if
what
you wanna-
wanted to go with your character, if you wanted to go with firearm, totally could.
Yeah, absolutely.
Firearm then.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I have the same proficiency in blades, brawl, or clubs.
Yeah, so you could
So-
go with anything, including brass knuckles, right? So you're fine with whatever melee weapon exists. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Gotta find them an axe to complete the image.
I might be drawn to that if there's
Actually,
one available.
Would a crossbow fall under archery?
It falls under firearms, actually.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So no,
it is
just
it is
firearm.
a bow, but it uses the firearm skill.
Yeah,
so
I
it
was
trade
just
off, yeah.
because that's always so
Yeah.
iffy in games. So
Mhm.
what that falls under. So
Okay. So we got blades. I got 2 blades. 2 firearms. Because I didn't hear what you wanted, Terry. I think that you are a gunslinger, so I assume you want 2 you want a firearm as well. And then a club. Correct? Cool. All right, as far as clubs go, the easiest one to do is a baseball bat. So that'll be easy. Baseball bats do average damage. They are run off of the club skill, and they are versatile. What that means is if you use both hands instead of one hand, you can use them one-handed if you want, but if you use a second hand, you gain advantage on your attack. So that's a thing to note. Then as far as blades go, I will throw in a combat knife, which is average damage. You'd write that down on the damage code. You'd write A, which is 2d4. And I'll go with an axe. Why not? Let's do a fireman's axe. This is the other blade type thing laying around. The fireman's axe does heavy damage. We'll talk about your damage in a second, Jackie, because you have special damage properties. But anyway, the combat knife is balanced, meaning that you throw it with advantage. The axe, however, is unbalanced, meaning you throw it with disadvantage. It requires two hands, and it has reach. So distances in this game are fairly relative. If you guys have played Index Card RPG, you'll recognize the distances as being like these relative things of right up next to you, something you got to move to, something you got to move to that takes even more, and then farther away. So you essentially have close, short, mid-range, and long. Those are the ranges. Close is everything within touch. Short is everything that it takes a movement to get to. The reach option for the axe allows you to hit stuff at short range. Everyone else has to go up to stuff to hit it with their knives or whatever. And then you have mid-range and long. Those are things that you use like your bows and firearms for. All right, in firearms, I'm going to give you guys a chance to get some cool stuff. Okay, so this one I have to reroll. What is your strength, Remy?
40.
Okay, perfect. There are 245 automatic firearms. They have a strength requirement of 25. That's why I was asking, because they have such a kickback. They both are. They have a magazine, meaning you can reload them with a palming skill roll if you wanted to reload them as a free action in combat. They are unreliable, meaning that they jam if you're really a 96 or above on your attack roll. But this is the only handgun that has multi-attack, meaning you can attack twice. Yeah, attack twice as as your combat actions.
Okay. That was a lot of information.
Yep. So there's things to note. I'll let you know more about that later. I'm just gonna write down 45. But anyway,
45s.
Yep. They do massive damage, which is 2d6 plus 3.
Oh, massive.
Yeah.
2d6 plus 3. And multi attack.
Yes. And that's the gear you guys find in the room. There are, however, other stuff if you'd like to look around to see if you can find some before I throw the next thing at you.
Yes, I totally will, because Cam is not terribly interested in weapons, not really knowing how to use any of them. She'd be more looking for any sort of medical or scientific equipment that maybe she could use for patching people up, or even just like offensive, like syringes, anything medical or scientific.
Got it. So you're looking for like tools or like repair kits or medicine kits, that kind of stuff, yeah?
Yeah, medicine, things I can make into
yeah, okay.
concoctions, yeah.
Well, so the way that you do that, and this is what everyone who wants to like scavenge for stuff. If you're scavenging, to be clear, Cam is scavenging for specific items. That's called targeting salvaging. There is just regular salvaging, but targeted salvaging means that if she gets a success on her salvage roll, then I will give her the thing she was specifically looking for because that's what she was looking for. But if she, but then she also misses the other stuff that she could have found that she didn't find, right? And so she'd have to roll again to keep looking, and that increases her success requirement. So her degree of success would now have to be great to find any other stuff other than things she was looking for. But the way that it would work for salvaging is you're going to make a salvage roll. So based on that stat, the salvage special stat that you have in the center of your character sheet, you make a roll and you have to get under that to find anything.
I'll just do kind of a general surveillance scavenge.
Got it.
I got 2 levels of success.
2 degrees of success. All right. So that
Yeah.
means you found 2 items and you were specifically looking for like a medicine kit and like some surgical tools or like some Yeah. Okay. So I can give you that. So you'll find surgical tools, which give you advantage on medicine skill rolls, and a medicine kit, which is a set of stuff. The way that it works is it has 10 component pieces as its number. You want to note this down because you reduce it by 1, so you'll like lower the component pieces to increase your treatment code on somebody later. The more dice you get to roll when you treat them. So for each degree of success, you roll a number of dice, and in this case, those dice would go like you get to roll more or better dice because you increase your treatment, sort of thing.
Perfect. Okay.
So that's what you found with your 2 degrees of success.
And you said the surgical tools gives me plus
It gives you advantage on medicine rolls.
advantage on this. Okay. Perfect.
Okay, 2 things. You said there were 2 guns, or Remy?
Yeah, there were
both
2
of them?
guns. There were 2 45s. They were exact same. I rolled d6s and you both got 5. So you both got the same gun.
Oh,
Okay, so
It's a 45 automatic.
there's no long arms of any kind.
Do you want a long arm?
I would like a long arm. I don't know if shotgun, rifle. I don't know.
Well, then I can take back one of the 45s and make a roll on the firearms table to see if there's, or for the long arms to see if you find one of those.
Sure. So we just a little difference, something fun.
Sure. A lever action rifle is there. Lever action rifles give you multi-attack as well, so you're not like reducing that. They are also unreliable, but they do average damage. So they do 2d4 instead of 2d6 plus 3. So it's a lot weaker of a gun. But you have advantage on like long range like stuff. You're better at that. So
could I look for random parts?
yeah, that's exactly the same thing as the salvage. Same thing as salvage before. Contra, what did you roll on your like attempt to look around?
So I roll salvage, right?
Correct.
D100.
Yep.
I rolled a 37, which is under my salvage of 70. It's just off of that 2 degrees of success.
Got it. So you just found one thing, even though you have such a high salvage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, that's fine. Your salvage is, I think, really high in comparison to everyone else's. Let's find out what you found. 4, 5, 4, 5. You found. Weirdly, you find 10 firearm ammunition. I can change it. I can find you something else if you don't want that.
I'm not really a firearm guy,
Okay.
and if it seems like they've got enough ammo, it'd be cool to find something else.
Okay. Then how does a 9 for nope. I keep finding guns. You keep finding guns, man. It's like guns,
We're in an
ammo,
armory.
guns.
It's a pawn shop.
Awesome.
All right. How does a cursed holy book sound to you? That's what you found.
Oh, okay.
You find something like akin to the Necronomicon, essentially, is what you find. Just some holy book that if you did actually read it, bad things might happen. But what it does do is it gives you disadvantage on resolve rolls while you're holding it because you feel uncomfortable. But it gives you advantage on Xenotech use skill rolls because it's got like diagrams and stuff in it.
Awesome.
So is this like maybe actually some like accidental blueprints or something that the creatures left behind?
Yeah, quite possibly, yeah.
Cam, check this out. Look at this. It makes me feel all weird in my giblets, but it's got some interesting figures I've never seen before. Have you seen it?
Some reason my mama told me to stay away from your kind.
You know, for some reason, this looks familiar to me. I can't read this, but I know what this is. This is important. You better keep this. Uncomfortable feeling at all. This could be important later.
Like fold it up and put it in my shirt pocket.
Yeah, Remy just kind of moves off a little bit away from them.
Can you say what the disadvantage was for again? Sorry.
You have disadvantage on resolve rolls, right? That uncomfortable feeling you have while you're holding it. I mean, you're not holding it, but so you're okay. But if you're holding it, you have that uncomfortable feeling, and so you have disadvantage on resolve rolls. But while you're holding it, you get advantage on Xenotech use rolls. So that's the deal.
Cool.
So basically, while you're standing there looking at it, going like, "Oh, okay, this kind of looks like this thing here on page 12, right?" But you feel uncomfortable while you're holding it. That's sort of the problem. Yeah.
So
I'm looking. Oh, go ahead.
I rolled a 37 out of 47.
Okay.
salvage.
So you got a success. You wanted to find.
Just since I built the lockpick set out of random stuff,
Yeah.
my brain is like going, well, I could do that again, or with other stuff. So why not gather a bunch of parts and put them in a bag, and just in case we need something later on.
Yeah, so you do, when you get a degree of success looking for parts, you will roll 1d4 per degree of success, so in this case 1d4, to find out how many component pieces you found.
3.
Cool, that's how many you found. As far as the ammo goes for both of you, I was nice and decided to roll a d8 for both of you. But, unfortunately, Terry and Remy, you only found 5 bullets each. That's all you have.
Oh, sorry, we have 5 bullets each?
Yeah, you have 5 rounds of ammunition each.
Okay, and I'm going to look for some like Kevlar vest, body armor type
Yeah,
thing.
oh yeah, so the rest of the other gear in the room, because we'll speed it along a little bit, the rest of the gear in the room is actually just armor. So you guys have enough armor, you have 30 armor points to spread amongst each other, which comes out to, 6 per person. There are 30 armor points hanging out in this place. What that means is that each armor point is basically, so armor is like a Kevlar vest and stuff, is made up of these just random bits and pieces that you've sort of strapped together. So essentially, of these 30 points, you can put all this armor on, you just strap it, tie it down, duct tape it, whatever, and you basically have a mishmash of whatever kind of stuff you have to make your armor, and that's what it is. It will take damage before you do, so if you get attacked when you go to take damage, it takes the damage first, and it breaks down. So if you have an armor of 6 and you take 6 damage, your armor has been destroyed, and you are sitting there with like broken armor on your body. That's how it works. It's basically extra health points. But someone like Kim or someone who's being crafty, like who's Remy, who's been crafty so far, can roll up and try to repair that while you're still wearing it. These are the things that can happen. So it's
Awesome.
a thing that happens.
So you want to split 6 apiece?
It's good for me.
That way you guys are not completely, naked or like in your clothes, and like one person's like, I'm huge and got all this armor. Like it's like, don't do that. That'd be mean. Plus, you can only have a maximum of 12 armor on anyway. That's the rule. There's like a cap.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So for the basic salvage that we were doing,
Yeah.
You could say we could do a targeted salvage.
Yep. So targeted salvage.
Something
Karen did a targeted salvage where she was like, I'm gonna look for these specific items, and you can. That's acceptable.
Okay. So what I'd like to look for is some kind of like binoculars or some kind of thing like that, like a scope off of a rifle.
Yeah, for sure. So just make that roll and then tell me if you succeed. If you do, then we'll give it to you.
So this is a salvage roll, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I got an 18. My salvage is a 45, so that's 2 degrees of success.
Nice. All right, so you do find some binoculars. Did you I guess you also find a rifle scope because you were looking for that, and that's how targeted salvaging works. That's what you found. You found 2 of the things you were looking for. So either 2 pairs of binoculars or like a binocular and a rifle scope. How do you want to play that?
Maybe like a binoculars and like a laser sight or something.
Yeah.
Like a laser pointer.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe like a rangefinder.
Yeah.
Like a.
Oh yeah.
Can I take
Okay.
that then? Can I put that on my
I'll accept
rifle?
that. So then the rangefinder would essentially tell you the ranges, and that would give you advantage on like rifle attacks and things like that because you knew how far things were.
Okay.
And then the binoculars, they give you advantage on perception rolls over long distances. So that's what you would do.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So I'll hand that scope over to Terry.
All right, Terry, you now have a laser rangefinder. It will give you advantage on rifle attacks over distances, obviously, well, in general, which really helps you out because at close range, your gun kind of sucks because, it's so unwieldy. However, with the rangefinder, because it's giving you advantage, you will counter that. So now your rifle is way more useful than it would have been before. So you can, well, it's 5 feet from me. I know I can shoot. Yeah, it's at the end of your gun. Like, that's where it's at.
Hold on a sec.
Yeah, we check the rangefinder. But that is what that will do. And so as you guys are strapping the last bits of protection to your body and checking for your weapons, you hear smashing glass at the far end of the room. Turning your attention to the sound, you see 2 small creatures with long tendrils hovering in the air. Their chitinous bodies are 2 different shades of green, and a small pulsing makes you understand that they are breathing. A protrusion out of the side of the body causes you to remember what these are, which, as you have this realization, you're not surprised when 2 balls of sparkling electrical energy arc through the air dangerously close to you, but they miss. Realizing they've missed, the two creatures begin moving towards you. Behind you is an emergency exit door, the sign blazing, and there's debris in the room, as I described before. There's a bunch of tables and chairs and stuff in this room between you and it. You realize that if you can't duck, dodge, and dive around all this debris, you may have to fight these creatures.
Is anybody else seeing these things? Whatever the hell they are?
Yep, and I'm jumping behind.
Yeah, Kama's already ducked down behind whatever desk she was finding that medicine kit on and cowering there.
Yeah.
I think without even realizing entirely what he's doing, Jackie's going to take one of these massive mitts that he has and just kind of grab one of the desks and just upend it so that it's, kind of standing on end, to kind of stand behind so that it's kind of protecting his left side. And then he's going to double up on that axe and just kind of wait for these things to get to him.
Okay. Yeah. What are the rest of you guys doing? I know that Remy said that you were jumping up onto something and doing something.
I was jumping behind for cover,
Gotcha. So basically you and Cam are diving behind the desks that are right there. And then Jackie's lifting one up and using it kind of like a shield as he's, making sure he's got a grip on his axe. What about Kadra and Terry?
Where did those balls of lightning go?
They just kind of went and hit the wall and just dissipated.
Dissipated. Is there any residue on?
A little bit, but not a lot. Like there's a small mark, but it's not like enough to be like a big. There was lightning here on this wall, kind of feel. Like in the movies where you see like a little smoke trail, even though there should be a big smoke trail. It's the kind of thing.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna head towards the exit. Fuck this.
Yeah, right. All right. So there's
that's
debris.
How you know they're the old character. Like, nope.
There's the debris. You can try to move through it quickly, and thus we'll have to make an athletic skill roll, or you can just try to take your time moving through, but moving through quickly, but using your movement actions to get through it.
Yeah, I'll try athletics.
Okay. See how that goes and see if you can get there.
This is not gonna go. So I am proficient in it, but all that means is that I don't have to take disadvantage.
Correct.
This is not a good idea, guys. I got 62. Failure.
Okay. So you go trying to rush through the debris and you kind of trip over some of the chairs. You don't really hurt yourself, but you slow down, right? So you don't quite get over it. So there's still distance between you and the door, but you've at least covered half the distance, so that's fine. That's some good progress. For the rest of you guys, if no one else,
get him, Jackie.
If no one else is diving for the door, going for the door, Terry, I think you're the last one who hasn't told me what you're doing.
Yeah, so I was checking out the gun and I was had the stuff I was loading up the backpack. So I was putting it, since nobody was claiming anything from this pile, I shoved everything into the military backpack.
Yeah.
I pull that and I try to hide.
Okay. All right. So since aside from Kadra, no one else is trying to run for the door, we'll go ahead and start a combat round. The way that combat works in this game is you have an initiative score. It is right in the center of your character sheet. It's going to be a 12 or an 11 or a 9, 8 or 7, and I know those are the numbers you'll see on your character sheet because those are all your numbers. I wrote them down already. That's why I showed this little thing. It is a static number in this game. It doesn't change unless you have a special ability that allows you to change it. Like if you had psychophysiology, for example, you can increase your hunger damage and then thus gain more initiative. Or if you took if you slammed an energy drink or you gave someone an adrenaline shot, these are the kinds of things that can adjust your initiative. But otherwise, it is a solid number that I know, and I will base off that. At the beginning of a combat round is broken into 4 action phases, and so everyone will act in the first action phase based on the highest to lowest addition of numbers. So it'll go 12, it'll be Remy first, then Kadra, then Cam, Terry, Jackie, and then whatever else I throw in the mix. But that's the order you guys will go, so you know when you're going to go. So Remy will always be first in your bunch because Remy is the fastest of your bunch. Then after that, after everyone takes actions, all of the combatants, good guys, bad guys, whatever, I -5 from everyone's initiative, and we start the second action phase. If anyone still has initiative, they get to do actions. they have turns. And then I -5 again, and if anyone still has initiative, they get to take turns, and then I -1 again, and anyone has initiatives, they take turns, you get it. But at the end of the 4th action phase, regardless of if there's more initiative laying around, we stop the combat round and we reset to start the next combat round, and then it starts all over, the initiative back to where it was. But that means that in, say, cases of Remy and Kadra, who are the fastest two amongst your group, they'll be the only ones acting in the 3rd action phase because they're the only ones with enough initiative to do that. And then we'll end the combat round and start the next combat round after that. And that means then Remy and Kadra will also be the first ones to act at the beginning of the next combat round. So those two are fast enough that they can kind of do something where they know that no one else is going to go after them, so they can set themselves up because they're the first in the next section. So they're like, I'm going to, spend this time. I'm just going to take aim and wait, and then, do that. So that's the thing that you can do. Something to note about faster characters, they get to like do more stuff. They have more turns, and then they can set themselves up for things. So that being said, Remy, you're actually the fastest in the group. On your turn, you can take 2 complex actions, and that's why I shared this with you before, because complex actions are things like attacking or clearing a gym or grappling something, or using items, or reloading, or moving, because moving is one complex action. So you move one distance for a complex action. So these things are at mid-range from you. They're like, say, here on this ring. So you could take a complex action to move closer, or you could take 2 complex actions to move like right up next to them and try to stab them, that kind of stuff. You have a gun, so you wouldn't do that, but I'm just saying that's what you would do. Yeah, then there's also free actions and reactions. So free action is the stuff that doesn't take time. Like, I'm going to drop this thing, or I'm going to shout out to my friends, or whatever. And a reaction is done when you get attacked. So don't worry about those until you get attacked. So dodge, parry, riposte, and perception check, those are things that happen as reactions to stuff. So you don't proactively dodge, right? That's the thing. I just have to explain that because sometimes people try that. You will wait until you get attacked, and then we'll talk about what happens with reactions.
So I can take a free action?
You have 2 complex actions and any number of free actions. You can take all the free actions you want until I tell you you've taken too many free actions.
Okay.
But that's just
first
they're
thing
free, so you do them,
Well, first thing I'm going to shout out, are we running or are we staying?
That's a free action, yeah.
They
haven't had turns yet, so they don't get to respond to you.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Never mind. So the I have a second question. I have Hunter Force unit.
Yep.
So what does that do?
So the Hunter Force unit written on your character sheet is not the Hunter Force unit that is currently in the rules, because we modified it and changed it, I think, after I made those character sheets, like during the Kickstarter and stuff. So the Hunter Force unit, what it actually does now, and this is actually more beneficial for you, is that if you're within close range of one of your allies, you gain advantage on your attacks because you're used to working as a military unit. So you're used to working as a team. So it doesn't matter if the other person is working with you or not. If they're one of your allies and they're right next to you, you gain advantage on your attacks. So what that means is, though, that you have to stick with your friends. Like, you can't run off and like be a sniper. You don't get the benefit of that. You have to stay with your buddies. You don't leave your battle buddy is essentially what that is.
Yeah. Yep. Video games came in handy.
You are currently in the same sort of place as Cam, so like I said, you guys are right next to each other, which would put an ally within close range of you.
Okay. So I'd roll the 3 dice for my advantage.
Yep.
And I'm gonna just so there's 2 of them or 3 of them?
There are 2 of them.
2 of them. Okay, and are they floating side by side, or are they one closer than the other?
No, they're floating side by side. They're not right next to each other, but they are on the same sort of distance plane, right? Like, so they are floating at relatively the same distance away from you.
Okay, I'm gonna aim the one that's most directly in front of me.
Okay.
I guess it's the way to say that.
Okay. I will say there was one thing I forgot to mention. Now that we're in combat, you can only you cannot attack twice as your 2 actions, or you have 2 complex actions. You can't go attack and attack again unless you have the multi-attack trait on the weapon, or you have it as a person, like you have a special ability that says you have multi-attack. So you can only attack once, normally. But like I said before, your gun has multi-attack, so you can attack twice, which is special to you, right? In that gun. Okay. However, that uses up 2 ammo. Remember that. That's the thing. I know. It's a resource tracking.
I'm gonna pop one off and see what happens. Basically, what my goal is.
Makes sense.
So I rolled 11, and my firearms is 60. So I guess I rolled under the 15.
Yeah, so 2 degrees of success. Now, the way that this game works is the enemies don't have defense. You don't have a defensive number. You don't have like an armor class. It's just opposed rolling. So you made your attack. You got 2 degrees of success. Now, I'm going to roll a dodge for this thing that's flying towards you. And it needs to get, because ties go to the player if they're minions, and this is a minion. Things that are bosses are different. But ties go to the player. So I have to actually get 3 degrees of success on this dodge in order to dodge your bullet. That's how this works. It's an opposed rolling. So there's just a question of how well you do.
So it's not, Karen asked, isn't it 3 degrees? Since I rolled under my...
Under half is 2 degrees of success. If you be under the third...
I did.
Okay,
Yeah,
then yes, that
I
would be
rolled
3
11.
degrees. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. So yes, you're right. 3 degrees of success, yes. So then they have to get a 001. So I'm not even going to look it up because they did not get a 001. So yes, you totally hit. And so what you do is you roll 2d6 plus 3 damage for me, and that will apply it to them.
8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. So there's this loud whoosh you guys hear as the gun goes off. Cordite flying everywhere. And then you hit this thing and a chunk of its exoskeleton breaks off. And it just exposes part of the inside. There's this exposed piece. You've definitely damaged the armor, but it is clear that it's wearing armor because there's a creature underneath the exoskeleton that you broke off. So that's what happens with your first action. What about your second one?
Second action, I guess. Okay, I used 1 bullet. Okay. So what was the other things I could do besides shoot?
You can try to move. You can use a skill. Some of the skills, not all of them. You can reload or take aim, which is probably what you would have done before, which would give you advantage. You can clear a jammed weapon. You can grapple. Those are the things.
I guess I'll
You can also hold actions, by the way.
Yeah, I guess I want to hold because I popped the shot off. Now we know what the thing looks like, what it's doing. I hollered out if we're running or not. So I'm just gonna hold and see what the hell, what the world, everybody else is gonna do.
Do you have a trigger for like anything you're gonna do if the thing moves, or you're gonna shoot it or anything like that, or are you just gonna hold and then decide when to use your action?
I'm gonna hold to see if everybody wants to stay and fight it. And if everyone wants to stay and fight it, then I'll pop it off. But everybody's like, get the hell out, then
okay. It's fine with me. I'll accept that. By the way, your gun was loud, like I said. In this game, there is a mechanic for tracking noise and stuff, and it determines whether things follow you and can find you. You just raised that number from 0 to 15, so in a single shot. So good job. All right. So that being said, then you're holding your action. It goes to Codger. Philip, what do you want to do, man?
So you said that this exoskeleton that like popped off one of these creatures,
piece of it anyway,
is showing. What was that?
There's a chunk of it that broke off. Not the whole exoskeleton, just like a big chunk of it came off. Yeah.
So looking at the insides, is it organic?
Yes.
Is it okay? It's not electrical at all. It's all organic.
There are a bunch of weird organs that you don't remember ever seeing before. Like your mind does not bring it to you, but it is definitely organic. Yeah.
But so it doesn't look like electrical. No. So I want to try and I only have a club, but if this is like an organic material, I want to try to find something to puncture it. Can I have 4 component pieces. Can I make some sort of just like, I don't want to say bow, but like a those wasps that you used to fling at kids in school, like paper with tacks wrapped in, and then you just like slingshot it towards it.
Mm-hmm.
That's puncturing. So yeah, slingshot. Can I make a slingshot?
Sure, why not? How many component pieces do you think go into a slingshot?
Well, I'm gonna use one component piece for the ammunition,
Mhm.
one component piece for the stock, and two component pieces for the like rubber bands or whatever to pull it back.
Okay. So 4 total component pieces.
Yeah.
Okay. What you will do now then is make a crafting roll for me. If you succeed, then you've succeeded in making your thing, but then the amount of time relates to the component pieces. So
For sure. Okay, so crafting roll. I have a +5 on that.
Mhm.
So I just need to get 70 or below. Oh, I got 77. Fuck.
well, remember if you really want to do this, there's that luck use
But-
thing.
I've got plenty of other actions this round.
Okay.
That's fine.
All right. So you start trying to put it together. You're just like, there's too much stress going on. You're not able to pull it off. You're like,
The rubber band's like
it
break.
snap. Yeah. You're like, I don't know what's going on here. So yeah, that's what happens.
So that raises an interesting question.
Yeah.
Does that use up the component pieces?
So it if I was being very mean, yes, it would. But because that is
okay.
not usually that's an optional thing, I'm not going to pull that on him because this is
What?
fun
I
stuff.
totally think these component pieces should be used.
All right, hey, listen. If you're electing to have them destroyed, then that's fine with me. You lose.
Yeah, that's the point.
How many component pieces did you lose then? 1 or 2?
I would say with this failure, hopefully just one.
Okay, then you'll lose 1
I'm
component
pretty
piece.
good at crafting.
It's gone.
Okay.
Yeah, you lost a component piece. Just for everyone at home, I don't normally do that, but he wanted it, so I'll let it happen.
Well, you basically could have said it couldn't. You could just word it. You didn't figure out how to put them together, or you
Right,
didn't have enough
right.
time.
Exactly. That's
you
exactly right.
You didn't snap the elastic.
That's exactly right. But it is not. This is not the first time that's been brought up. Someone else has brought that up before. In actually the Discord chat, it was like, shouldn't they break down? And I was like, no, but because that'd be mean. Because he only has 4. Like now he has 3. It sucks, but whatever.
I can find more.
That's
It's
fine. It's fine. Okay, so the crafting a thing during combat does take your entire turn, so that's what your turn would be. So now we'll go to Cam. It's Karen's turn. You get to take 2 complex actions.
So I would like to peek up from the desk that I have been hiding behind, and I'm watching Remy as he shoots the creature. Is there a way that I could maybe like analyze the thing that's standing there, like the thing that's inside that shell now, and maybe be able to give some sort of advantage to how to hurt it?
Yes, and you've actually struck a thing about the skills that I haven't mentioned yet. So there are 2 things that you can do that will be really helpful to other people. Firstly, what you're describing, if you want to give a bonus to other people, then we're actually talking about the command skill, which is a charisma-based thing. If you have the command skill, you make a roll. For each degree of success you get on that, you add a +5 to the threshold to the person's action. So you're like, hey, hit him in the jugular, and they go, cool, and then they get +5 per degree of success. If you get 2 degrees of success, you give them +10, etc. The other thing you can do is with an academic skill roll, which is sort of the analyzing thing that you're talking about, like looking at it, trying to figure it out. You will give that to yourself. So each degree of success gives you a +5 to your next action, which could be the command thing you give to somebody else. Both of those only take 1 complex action according to the rules. So if you wanted to, you could do both. You could do the academics thing to figure it out and give yourself the bonuses, and then use that to push your command thing out onto somebody else.
That sounds like exactly what I want to do.
Okay.
So we'll do the academic thing first. I'm proficient in that. So
I mean, you're the scientist. You should be the one
I
that
am.
like knows that stuff.
oh yeah, that's a 12. So that is a 3 degrees of success.
Cool. So you add a 15 to your charisma threshold to do the command roll.
Plus 50. Oh, sweet. Okay. So then that one. Okay, so I rolled a 50, but the plus 15, that would make it 65. So that would just be 1 success.
All right. So who are you giving the command to?
I think Remy, who's right beside me, and I saw him do the first shot. I'm going to tell him, great shot, but aim for the little red dot that you can see inside that gelatinous creature there. That's what.
Perfect. All right. So remember, you now have a +5 to your firearms action for when it gets to your next turn. So your firearms threshold. Very cool. Very nice. Nice way of using cam. Combined academics, the command thing. Terry, it is now your turn. This thing is mid-range away, which for you puts the rifle at advantage, but you also have advantage for the laser sight. So you're double advantage.
Which means nothing.
Which actually means you get a +5 to your threshold, or you can counter that by doing like a called shot, and thus giving yourself disadvantage, right? Because it works out. So then you would give yourself disadvantage, so you still only have one. You'd have one advantage, but you can do the special thing where if you get 1.5 or below, then you would cause extra damage if you succeed on the attack.
Well, the first question is, what does aim do?
So aim gives you advantage.
Which I could already decide.
You already have 2 advantage. There's no point in doing that, right?
Okay, so I'm gonna obviously roll with advantage.
Right.
I could do a called shot and add. Did you say add +5?
No. So the way that the call shot would work is you would cancel out. So it gives you disadvantage. So you cancel out one of your advantage. But then if you get 1/2 or below, you actually, if you go for the like a vitals, you would actually increase your damage code 2. So you would go from doing an average damage to doing massive damage with the rifle by your attack if you succeed.
If I aim first to get another advantage, what can I use that other advantage for?
It would just give you a +5 to your threshold. So stacking advantage only gives you a +5 per stacked advantage.
So I'm going to aim as a free action because I can do that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you have free action. That's why you're asking that question. Yeah.
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 So I would like to roll with advantage +5 called shot.
Yeah. Okay, I get it now. All right. So you're gonna make the roll +5 to your threshold, and then you will see if you get a great success or better, then you do the extra damage.
I got either way, even at the disadvantage, I would have succeeded. I got 50, so just one success.
Okay, so just a success. So you don't get the extra special damage because you needed a great success for that. But I got a failure on the dodge. Which one were you attacking, by the way? They both have the same dodge, so either one.
The one that's
you disappeared. You're invisible now.
Yeah, no, sorry. I'm just covering the camera so I don't turn it off for you. Yeah, the one that was it. I'll shoot the other one for now because
yeah, why not?
I'll let Remy have his kill. I'm not going to kill still.
All right, then you do 2d4 damage. You want me to roll that for you because you're away from the computer?
No, I'm here.
Oh,
I just have to cover the camera for a second.
Oh, I see. Okay, someone else is there, and it's fine. That's fine. Do your thing.
So 2d4, or it goes
correct.
Up
2d4 because you didn't get the extra damage. You didn't get a great success.
Oh, I thought the called shot gives the extra damage.
No, it does, but you need a great success to achieve it, right? So,
I called shot, but I missed.
Yes. So each of the called shots have a different success requirement. So, like if you're aiming for an arm or a leg, for example, whoops, that's not focusing in. But if you're armed for an arm or leg, you would have succeeded. That would have been fine. But because you need for the extra damage, you need to get a great success, or if there's this extra damage where you do like an amazing success, that kind of stuff. So. But you can only do that one where you do extra success if you've already hit the target once before with a shot. So,
all right. Well, I did bad. 3 damage.
Oh, 3 damage. Okay.
I wasn't gonna steal your kill then.
3 damage hits the thing. You can tell that it hits the armor, but the armor is definitely this exoskeleton seems to be holding back. These things have this exoskeleton, and it's causing problems for you guys.
Okay, so that was one complex. My second complex because. It's a lever action. I have to reload, I'm guessing, right?
No, so because you have multi-attack, you can actually just like crank it and then just fire again.
I have multi-attack?
Yeah, the lever action rifle is multi-attack.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, then I will fire again.
Okay.
Now I guess I'm going to do the exact same thing.
This time you can't do the take aim again. You can only do it once.
I can't aim.
Yeah.
So
you'd still have the 2 advantages though from the laser and from it being the mid range. So you're still got the 2 advantages.
Okay, so I will take the +5, but not the called shot.
Okay. Oh, you actually don't have the +5. I'm sorry. You're doing multi-attack. The second shot has disadvantage, so it cancels that out. So you still have advantage.
Advantage, but not the +5. Okay.
Good thing I caught that before you rolled.
Oh, 2 degrees.
2 degrees
32.
success.
Yeah.
See, if you had done the called shot, you would have been doing the extra damage right Okay, failure on my end, so that means that you definitely hit for 2d4 damage again.
But if I called the called shot, I wouldn't have had the advantage, and that was the advantage.
I gotcha.
I would have failed otherwise. So just 2d4.
Yeah.
Now I know where to hit. I don't hit the thick part of the armor for 7 points. I changed my shot. It's the first time firing this gun. Now it's the second time.
That definitely pierces through, a chunk of the armor. Pieces of it are breaking off. You can see cracks in it. And the exoskeleton. And now we go to Jackie. Jackie, these things are there.
So I think Jackie is going to kind of set this desk down, drop it maybe even just so that it causes some kind of barrier, even as small as it might be, just to off to one side, and is going to, before he does it, he's going to move a range band up.
Okay. Yeah, so
it's just one complex action, right?
One complex action to do that, and then you are within striking range of your axe.
Oh, sweet. Then yeah, I'm going to move up to that point, drop the desk as a free action, and then use my other complex action to attack with the axe.
Okay, yeah. Because the axe has reach. That's why it does that.
Beautiful. So this is going to be a fighting skill, blades.
Yep, this would be blades.
Sweet. So I'm proficient, so no disadvantage on that, and I've got a 70. So
which one are you attacking? The one? I guess
gotta
they're
be
both
kidding me.
damage.
Yeah, it would have been just the one that was damaged by Remy's first shot.
Got it.
But I failed, so I'm going to use one of my luck points.
Okay.
So do I need to roll the luck to see if it's
No,
effective,
you re-roll that roll, the roll you just made.
Cool. There we go. That's a 58 out of 70, so that's a 1 degree.
1 degree of success. Okay, cool. Will you roll for me a d10?
Gladly. How's a 10?
Okay.
That's great.
I will roll 2 more.
Unless you're supposed to roll low, and that's bad.
No, so this is actually so you did your attack and you hit, but mostly because the creature critically failed its dodge. So I was trying to see what kinds of things happen to it. So you rolled a 10, which causes me to roll twice on the table, and both effects apply. So this is gonna be a pretty big thing that happens. Okay. Right.
I'm down for big things.
All right. Okay, so the creature went to try to dodge out of the way, bumped its friend, and caused 5 damage to its friend, so I'll keep track of that. 5 here. And then its weapon broke off in that collision as it got hit from your attack.
All right, then.
Yeah, its weapon breaks and is not repairable to the end of combat was the second one, the second effect. So all right, so you do your damage, let's talk about your damage for a second.
Okay.
So your character has a weapon that does heavy damage. However, your character is not Remy. Your character is Jackie. You have a build of 170, meaning that you are quite large. You have a DC modifier code of +2, right? So what we're going to do is I'm going to look at this heavy. We're going to add 2 to it, so it'll increase it 2. So the axe that you're actually doing does 1d8 +7 rather than 1d6 +3, just because you're holding it.
Wow. Okay. So I'll put that one down and pick up this one instead. A D8 +7.
Yeah.
All right.
Same thing happens. Codgers with a baseball bat, and baseball is 2d4. If he hands it to you, it suddenly becomes 2d6 +3. If you hand it back, it's still back to 2d4.
Okay. So that is 10 points of damage.
All right. So this was the one against Remy, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. You break through, just cut the armor off of this thing and slash, just cutting it free. It doesn't cut the inside, but now you just have this hovering weird globulous thing with a weird protrusion that's almost, metallic in nature, but not quite. But it is all of its armor is gone.
He's just screaming at this thing. What the hell are you? And he's just chopping at it with this axe.
Yeah. Yes. So its armor is destroyed. and that's what you have floating. Is rah, this thing with tentacles coming out. Very strange deal. All right, so then they're going to take actions. However, the one doesn't have a weapon anymore because it broke, and then the other one is going to try to shoot at you, Jackie. So the one that was only injured by Terry's attacks is going to try to shoot at you with a blast. You will have to dodge it because that's how this goes. But you won't have to worry about it because it failed. It got a 97, so that's just a miss, just a complete miss as this bolt of electrical energy goes flying towards you. The one that is just like a floating gelatinous sack tries to start flying backwards. It starts hovering backwards away to move away from you. It gets to the window, but it isn't quite gone. Minusing 5 from everyone's initiative. It will start again at the top of the next action phase with Remy, who's the fastest one in your group. Still the same combat round, by the way. This is a timing tracker, essentially, more than anything else. Because if you were to toss a grenade, for example, you have one combat round to get away from it before it blows up. So faster characters have more chance to run away.
I didn't get my hold action.
Oh yeah, you didn't get your held action.
So I guess I would have went right after Cam would have told me.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. So we'll do that, and then we'll come back to your turn. Yeah, go ahead and resolve that. That's fine. I'll allow it.
I totally forgot myself. So. Okay. I rolled a 42. Yeah. Okay. So I roll. Okay. Let's see here. I get advantage because of I'm in close contact.
Yep.
And a +5.
Yep.
So does that? I guess. Okay. So I rolled a 42.
Mm-hmm.
So that +5, I guess, subtracts the 42.
No. So your threshold was what was it again? 45, you said?
It's my ballistic skill is 60.
Okay, so 65. You just had 42 under 65. So you got a success. It got an 88 to dodge, so you totally hit. So you will do again 2d6 + 3.
Okay. Ooh. 6. 9 points of damage.
Okay. So when that other one bumped into it before, when it was trying to dodge Jackie, it actually broke the armor off of that one as well. So they are both just floating gelatinous things. No more armor on any of them. Now it's back to your actual turn.
Okay.
So that the take aim option is one of the things that you can do. You can take aim, which will give you advantage to your attack. We were talking about that before. Then you can do that called shot thing that we mentioned before. You can do all kinds of stuff with your turn.
I think I'm going to do the take aim action because that sounds neat.
Okay. So you're going to take aim and give yourself advantage, right? And did you want to try to do the extra called shot thing or no?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
So then you're just going to roll normal again. And you're back to normal, and then you'll just try to get a great success or higher.
Okay. Okay, I rolled a 47.
Okay, so you just got a regular success then.
Yeah.
All right. So you don't do the extra damage, but you still hit. Let me look at the thing's dodge because it actually did pretty well on the dodge. Where are you, aliens?
2 bullets left.
Mm-hmm. That is a great success. Nope, it is not. It is a regular success. Okay, so it's a regular success. Ties go to you because you're the player. So therefore you hit. So do more 2d6 + 3 damage. Again.
Oh crap, monkey. Okay, let's see here. 6. Can't do math here. 14 points of damage.
All right, so as the one that was trying to escape backs up to the window, you fire shot off, just blowing it into pieces into goop that just splatters onto the glass that remains, causing it to be completely dead.
Game over, man.
For the rest of you guys, you just see the thing go, that's it. That's all that's left of it. It's just done, because you did twice the amount needed to kill it.
I was 1 point from maximum damage. From
the perspective of the rules, that's overkill, and that's double overkill. So that's enough to call it straight dead. There's no dying; it's just dead. All right, so there's one creature left. It's floating in the air, and it's Codger. It's your turn. It has no armor.
Has no armor. Oh man, I'm trying to decide if we want to try to take this thing alive or not. Sounds like probably not. So
Do you have a bowl to put it in, or
I'm just
You can
thinking we
craft
might
one.
So, I'm going to take an action that probably isn't going to make a lot of sense, but I just want to do a quick scientific observation / study of what this creature is and what its senses are, what it looks like, how it's moving. I know that my very capable companions are going to destroy it. So I want to do a quick David Attenborough and just do as much research as I can.
We see here the floating brain thing is go ahead.
It has just lost its mate for life. Great.
Go ahead and make an academic skill roll then for me.
Okay.
To sort of understand what it is you're looking at.
Yeah. Ooh, I got a 14, which is a quarter.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's 3 degrees of success. Yeah, you absolutely understand this thing. This is some kind of creature that flies, obviously, but what you get from it is this is an alien thing. And as you're thinking about it, you start to have the memory of seeing these before. They're essentially like a drone, an alien drone thing they're living creatures. But their whole express purpose is to fly into areas, knock people unconscious, so that they can be scooped up and taken other places. That's totally what you're looking at. And you can see like where its eye organs are and where it's like sensory organs of all kinds and stuff like that. You can tell that the weapon it has, like, it's an organ thing, but it can be manipulated and utilized. Something that you note.
Perfect.
That is one complex action. You have another one.
So in my research, do I think that how do they communicate back with like a mothership or whatever?
There's no like indication of there being like a device that does it. It's probably telepathic. That's what you get.
Yeah. So won't be able to interrupt that. I will just try to scavenge the armor that has
cool
fallen off of it. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you're gonna move back toward it. Then, whoa, my thing went out of focus. Hello, what's going on right now? Hi, everybody. There it goes. All right, cool. Yeah. So I just leaned for some water and it went out of focus. But anyway, yeah, you can move closer to it, and then like when this combat ends, which will be relatively soon now that they're like armless, you can scoop up that, try to see if you can salvage that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right then. Then Cam, you got a floating weird brain thing with a protruding weapon in the air in front of you. What do you want to do?
Well, I kind of like Codger in that I'm going to try to study this creature as much as possible. But what I'm looking for and trying to remember is if what it's made of, if I know if any of like its biological parts could be useful for us, either in a health way or stimulant or some sort of, if I can make it into a concoction. So I'm looking to see if potentially salvaging their body parts would be useful.
Yeah, so you already did really well on that academic skill roll before, so I'm not going to have you roll that again. But what you can roll is a Xenotech use skill roll to see, like, to get the idea in your head if you can use all that stuff.
Sweet, I will do that. Okay. Oh, I rolled a 9, so that would be a 3 success.
Yeah, I mean, normally this is an active skill, so technically you would have done it, but we're using this as a thought process. Yeah, in your mind, you have like made the diagram in your head on how to utilize all of this creature for useful stuff. You can easily use the weapon that it's got. You can take that apart and like, wiggle the organs or whatever to make it fire. So you can use that as a weapon. The armor is definitely armor, so this exoskeleton, so you can definitely do that. And then you might be able to harvest some organic component pieces to use for crafting things later if you wanted to. You have this whole you just it's instead of it now it's like a big shopping cart, just like sort of floating in the air in front of you. Yeah.
Perfect. So then as a second action, I think I will just I think I want to move closer, but I don't want to come out of cover. So I'm kind of going to go slowly.
Yeah,
between
move
desk
to
to
like
desk.
from cover to cover. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine.
yeah,
I'll let that happen.
towards where the fallen thing
Yeah.
landed. Hopefully, by the time we get there, that the other one has been taken care of.
Okay.
that kind of
Yeah, so you move like half a movement because you're trying to move slowly.
Yeah.
That's fine. All out, and then you keep cover between you. That's cool. Okay. Then we'll go to Terry. Terry, you still have some initiative. There is just one floaty thing without armor floating in the air above you, or near you.
All right. Well, I will take aim and a called shot. So I get a +5
Mm-hmm.
with advantage. 18. And that is one off from being a triple.
Okay. So it is still a great success, so you will do the extra additional damage. The creature failed its dodge, so what you're going to do now is you're going to be rolling 2d6 plus 3 to damage it this time instead of 2d4.
I rolled that +3. So
Yeah, 2d6 plus 3.
Yeah, 7. I didn't roll good.
All right, so that shot kills this one, but not overkill, explodey into bits damage. It kills it just one over its health points, so it drops to the ground, and it's just sort of bleeding this bioluminescent green liquid all over the floor as the creature sort of rides there for a moment and stops moving. Thus ends the combat. So we're now out of combat. So we're back to the regular phase. So the things are all dead. Yeah.
Woo! That was scary.
So I'd like to start harvesting some of the creature parts.
Yeah, you and Kadra both have the same idea. Let's try to harvest this stuff.
You can't be serious. Whenever they start getting to work on these things.
Just wait till you see the helmet I make you.
I ain't putting that thing on my head.
Since only one of the creatures, I guess that both of the armor dropped again, so I guess you're fine. Let's roll this then. There are 7 armor points worth of salvageable armor from the bits that dropped on the ground. So that's a decent amount. And then as far as the rest of it goes, I will just have you make you'll get the blaster thing, right? The
Sweet.
blaster thing, that's fine. But make a D4 roll for me to see how many organic component pieces you find. Well, actually do 2D4. 2D4.
Ooh, 2D4.
Oh, so that's 6.
Okay. 6 organic component pieces. Those are also known as inferior component pieces. So on your character sheet, you have an inferior component piece category. That's where those would go. Because they're made of less strong parts, like rusted bits, things like that. But in this case, they're organic, so they're made of little fleshy bits and bones. So they can be used, but they're not super great, is essentially what they are.
Perfect. And then that blaster thingy.
Yeah. So the blaster thing is an alien blaster. It requires a Xenotech use roll you can do that or firearms with disadvantage. So I mean, one of your firearm friends might be able to do that just fine. Be like, whatever. But
I think I'll keep that one.
yes, the thing that it does do is you can use one complex action to do a stunning attack, so knockout attack to things, or you can take 2 complex actions to overload it, and it will do 2d4 damage. So it's a ranged attack. So it'll use the Xenotech use skill though. That's what you'd use to attack with it. So think of it like in Halo, you've got the guns that and then shoot. It's like that. If you hold it down, then it will blast a damage thing. Otherwise, it just goes 2 and knocks people out when they get hit. So.
Well, those two are tinkering with that. I'd like to either look for more ammo or find a way to craft more.
I was going to say, if he looks for more ammo, can I assist with that, or does that?
It would be so. We had this discussion in the last game. It actually behooves you to search independently, because
Okay.
if you get like 3 degrees of success, that would be 3
that's-
things you found, right? But if
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
assisting, you're
that's-
just adding to the other person's, and they only get 1 degree because you didn't find as much stuff.
Okay, because I am definitely looking for more bullets too, because I've got 2 left.
Yeah, so both of you can make a salvage roll to see if you can find any scattered around. Maybe one of these desk people had a concealed carry or something, and they've got some bullets floating around in one of the desk drawers.
Sorry, what are we rolling?
Salvage, rolling salvage.
Oh, I'm not good on the salvage part. I'm better on the crafting.
You could craft it. It's 4 component pieces per bullet, per round of
boy.
ammunition, and it's science.
Okay, so my salvage is 47, and I rolled a 26.
It was on the ground, but I figured that doesn't count. It was a 0. I rolled a 1 on the other dice, so it would have been a 1. And now I got an 81 instead. I don't know how to salvage. I'm given my stuff. I can put things together, but I can't find things.
Yep. So yeah, you don't find any ammunition. And Remy, you find 1 round of ammunition.
That's something.
Like,
now
what I would
technically you could salvage again, but you have to get a great success or higher to salvage this time. So if you find anything, so you'd have to get like a 23 for you, Remy, and like I don't know what it is for you, Terry, to like find anything at all.
Now, can I upgrade my rifle? No, 'cause that's probably not worth it.
Not worth it. Also, you guys start to hear a beeping coming from the room. Beep.
Do you think we can take a quick
Beep.
break
Yes, we can take a
while
quick
we
break.
hear this? Cool.
Technically, we're almost done with the time block that I said we were going to be doing. We can take a quick break. We'll do that. Let me go to standby screen. And there we are. We're in standby. Okay. So, yeah, we can take a quick break, and then we can come back and continue forward with stuff. Do you guys...
This is fun. This is really fun.
Actually, I think I blocked it for 3 hours, but initially, I think... Is 3 hours still okay with everybody? Is that fine?
3 is what I accepted.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay,
We've
cool.
got, it's almost 1 here, so as long as I'm done by like 2:30 or so, because I have another game at 3.
That's fine. It'll be within the hour. We'll have it done.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
That's great for me.
Cool. Man, there's a whole lot of chatter going on that I didn't see.
In our Zoom chat here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're a talkative bunch.
I can't look at it because it messes everything up on the video.
Yeah. Okay. While the others are still out, can I just go over that blaster real quick?
Yeah, sure.
So one complex action, it does a stunning attack.
Yeah, it's called a knockout attack.
Okay. And then on 2 complex actions, it does damage.
Yes.
How much damage was that? I didn't
2d4.
2d4. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So the stunning attack, the knockout attack, what it does is the target will get to make a resilience roll to see if they resist it. If they fail, then they drop unconscious on the ground. If they succeed, they still can be stunned, so that's why it's actually called a knockout attack. If they get a great success or higher, then they shook it off and they're fine. If they get a success, they become stunned and they have a -5 to their initiative for 1d4 combat rounds. If they are knocked out, then they become unconscious for 1d4 combat rounds. And being unconscious is bad because then you guys can just run up on it and like stomp it to death, right? Like that's exactly the problem there. So. And we're back from our break. For those that were paying attention on the break, we totally had a conversation you guys could hear Didn't realize later I'd accidentally muted the hold music and left my microphone on instead of the other way around. So the standby music was not playing, but I was definitely making noise. So thanks for dealing with that lack of. See, like one day I'll get it right and it'll be professional, but otherwise I'm still amateur, and you can tell. But anyway, we have just gotten past the combat where you guys killed 2 floaty things in the air, shooting blasts of electrical energy at you. You've harvested their stuff, and you've got like these armor points worth of things. Has anyone strapped the armor to you, or did you just gather it up?
So who wants this armor?
Hell yeah, I'll take it. I shot one of them, killed it dead.
And we wash it or something first?
No time for that.
Yeah, there's definitely a beeping, and it's like an urgent beeping coming from the other room.
Maybe we should just grab whatever we've got and maybe just get out of here. I don't like the sound of that. It's ominous.
That doesn't sound very good. I'm with
We
you.
need to
mentioned
figure
twice
out what
now.
that beeping is.
Usually in
No, I
video
don't think we
games,
do.
it means it's bad. Hey,
Okay.
why is Terry talking and nothing's coming out of his mouth?
Okay. I've said quite a bit. Well, let's summarize. The running shoes, what did they do again? 'Cause
The
I know
running
there's-
shoes give you advantage on athletic skill rolls for running. Something that Kodra would have totally used earlier.
Yeah, so I've slipped them on while they're
Yeah, you take
figuring
off
out
your
what-
shoes, like whatever weird boots you're wearing, and put on these running shoes. Yeah.
yeah, and then I hand everyone empty backpacks if they want to carry alien stuff in them. Because everything's in mine.
Yeah, I'll take a backpack.
Yeah, sweet. Mine's got all that nice gelatinous.
Yep, the gelatinous goop. Yep, for sure.
Is somebody
I'll pack all the armor.
grabbing the rucksack?
Well, I took the military one. So there's 4 plain empty backpacks that just so everyone knows, if I go down, I got all this.
Yeah, all the supplies.
I'll take an empty backpack.
Cool.
I'll put my components in the backpack.
Beep. Beep.
Yeah, I want to investigate where this noise is
Beep.
coming from.
Beep. It's coming from the room that you guys came out of. But you can't really find the source of it. You just hear it. Just like the lights. Like the room is still impossibly bright despite the fact that there are no clear lighting.
I'm gonna go to the exit and see if it's locked.
Beep, beep, beep. The emergency exit is not locked. It is a crash bar, and the crash bars always work.
Okay.
That's what they're designed for.
Hold on. No, too late.
You already pushed it.
Pushed it. Just wanted to know if there was an alarm set to that one.
There was not. Nope. The door opens.
I kind of hold it open for everybody. Got my gun out.
I start to go and I notice that Codger isn't with us, and I'm like, hey, Codger, come on, let's go.
All right, I head out with them.
You could have looked into it, but then things might not have gotten worse for you. All right, so you guys all leave. Heading down the metal staircase, you drop the single level street. At the top of the stairs, however, you can see that the street is littered with untold debris, primarily scattered concrete and smashed vehicles. A large fissure is in the center of the path through the debris, creating a chasm that you'll have to sort of overcome when you get to it, but that's for later. Beyond the maze of the debris, in the distance, is an open field and a tall white structure that immediately evokes the feelings of safety and protection. Dropping down the road, you're able to get to it, and you get underneath some of the debris, and you come out to the road. What do you guys want to do? What do you think? What's happening?
What is it? Is it a? What'd you say? A boat?
There was a white structure standing
heard
in a
that part.
field, and it's feels like you feel safe when looking at it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We should go
You
there.
said a boat, not a boat. That's- Sounds good to me.
Hold on. A big guy with the big sexy muscles there. Can you use
Talking to me.
binoculars? Yeah, can you use the binoculars, see if you can see anything?
Yeah, sure. he's gonna kind of fish into like where he's got him hanging kind of around his neck, kind of pick him up and kind of look towards this kind of strange, comforting looking white structure.
Okay. You can tell that it is. You can make a perception roll, and I can tell you some stuff that you see about it. You have advantage because you have the binoculars and you're looking over a distance.
Okay, so with that advantage, that is a 28. My perception is skilled, so that's a 45.
Okay.
So it's
a success.
Still just one.
Yep.
Yeah, just 1 degree.
All right, so yeah, you can make out that this structure is standing in the middle of a field. It does appear to be kind of one piece, almost like a monolith, like an obelisk. It's one structure. There don't seem to be any seams or bricks to it or anything like that. So you don't see any change in it. It just seems to be sticking up in this field. It is an empty field, and it's just like off a freeway, like a highway. And you can see that the entrance to the highway is not very far off. It is from where you are. Like, you just have to go through all this debris to get to it. But you can kind of make out where that's at. The entrance to that freeway from where you are.
And what this is made out of looks similar to the interior of the room.
Yeah, it actually does.
We were in.
Yeah, it's a white structure. Yep.
Kind of all curved lines, no straight.
Yep.
Edges, kind of thing.
Yep.
Okay. So he's gonna kind of shake his head. There's not really much to make out about it. It's just it's shaped almost like the room that we just came out of, but I don't know. There's no features on it or anything, but there is a freeway entrance nearby. Maybe we can get there. We just have to cross all this, whatever all this is.
Can we get a vehicle running?
Maybe.
Yeah.
If we can
Let's
find
try
one
that.
that's still in good repair. And he kind of looks around at like all these crushed,
Yep.
mangled pieces of metal.
Yeah, what kind of vehicles specifically are near us?
So right now, there's a big problem with the vehicles. Most of the vehicles around you are all completely destroyed, but the other problem is that the road has got a bunch of buildings sort of thrown into it. Like, they've all kind of fallen over and smashed. There's a big gap in the road at one point where it split, and it seems to just get wider as it goes farther away. So you could try to find a vehicle. Right now, there's nothing really of use for you. There's parts to vehicles, but nothing of use as far as like an actual working vehicle might be. But the problem would be driving it. You wouldn't get very far before you run into blockages. So it might actually be better to go on foot based on what you're looking, because then you can climb over stuff or around things that you wouldn't worry about with a car. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How deep is this chasm?
So going ahead, so you guys walk down the road a little bit, you get to the chasm. It's actually not very deep on this end. It seems to get bigger, you can tell, farther down. But right here, it really, it's basically just a big opening that you could definitely jump. But the others you're not so sure about.
Oh.
So you'd want to be able to, you could leap over it, but the others might not. Like, especially Kadra, who's a bit older. That might not be the best thing, or especially somebody who's not necessarily athletic. So building a bridge of some kind would be a better option.
Yeah, that's what Jackie's going to start looking for, like pieces of the automobiles that are still, like maybe the bed of a truck.
Yep.
Or something like that could be a good foundation for making one of these.
Yeah.
Well, while Jackie's doing that, I think Remy was thinking about the whole thing and whatnot, and thinking rope would be cool. And so he's going to go scavenge parts from cars, like fan belts and all kinds of stuff, to make a makeshift rope.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like this one? This rope?
Oh, hey, there we go.
I tie it up like a lasso, and I have a wrangle.
Yeah, you have wrangle, yeah.
I did
Actually, that's. I'm going to try to salvage, since for now, to help out find some parts.
Yeah.
Navigation.
Yes.
Does that entail planning a route, like to find the best route across? Yes. Okay, so that's what I would like to do. I'm going to study the area and trying to find what seems like the best, safest route, or quickest at least, to get across.
To get over the chasm?
Yes.
So there's really only one path, so you don't have to make the roll. There's only one
Oh.
path to get across right here. It's really just going straight across from where you are, because you have too much stuff on either side to be able to go very far. But you could make the roll for after. What do you do after that? Where do you go to get to wherever you're trying to go? That was what you could use the roll for. But as far as getting across this chasm goes, it's really a matter of like either trying to climb up this like some sheer surfaces to get to the top of the debris, and maybe there's a way over that way, or just building a bridge and just walking over here. That's probably your fastest route.
So
Okay. Then I think I'll just salvage for now until we get across.
Okay.
since he already since Terry showed me the rope, I'm switching up and looking for more ammo.
He showed you the ropes. Got it.
Yes, he showed me the ropes.
Okay.
All right. I have a 45 in salvage, and I rolled a 7.
Nice.
Triple success.
3 to good success. Yep. Yeah, you find we'll say a bunch of pieces that you can use to make a bridge. You could find component pieces. I could make you roll for that, or you could just be like, yeah, let's do bridge pieces. What do you want to do?
I figure everyone else is looking to build the bridge. I need some more component pieces, or I guess component pieces.
Okay. Then you're gonna get 3d4 component pieces. So go ahead and roll for that. Remy, did you also want to roll for ammo that you found?
Yeah, it's kind of scary, eerie, and wow. I rolled an 8.
You find 3 more rounds of ammunition.
Okay.
You know, there's like a bunch of casings laying around and stuff. Looks like somebody had a fight here, but in all of that debris, you find like one accidentally ejected round when someone like went to do whatever. Someone not paying attention to whether they had chambered around or not, and then ended up popping one out. So you find a couple.
Yeah, I have a total of 11 now with the original.
Okay.
4.
Yeah. As far as the rest of you guys, you kind of move some stuff around. Jackie, make a strength roll for me. You being the biggest and strongest, so probably you that would do it.
Oh, okay. So my strength is a 60, and I rolled a 61.
Womp womp.
I'm
Are
gonna
you
spend
lucky?
a second lucky point. Yep. Oh God. Hurt me, Scott. I got a 78.
All right, so you're trying to push this piece of a truck in the truck bed thing that you mentioned before, trying to push it into the hole to sort of make this bridge. You end up sort of pulling a muscle in the process. You're not going to have disadvantage on athletic skill rolls the next time you roll it. Probably the rest of this adventure, actually. But you've pulled it, trying to push this sort of, there's just too much of a heavy debris on it that you didn't realize that it was sort of wedged it down. So you push, and then ow, tore something. That doesn't feel good. And that's what ends up happening.
Didn't stretch
So-
beforehand.
I think Cam would see Jackie like all of a sudden bend over in pain or whatever. Is there any way that I could potentially do a medicine check or somehow rig up a splint or a brace or something to help with that injury?
Don't inject any of that alien shit in me.
Yes, the answer is yes. It is annoying because I just gave this to him for failing a luck roll, but I will allow you to make a medicine skill roll, see if you can help him out to counter
I mean, it
it.
doesn't have to mitigate all of it, or just
No, it'll mitigate it, just if you succeed.
okay, medicine.
Remember, you also have advantage on it because you have the surgical tools.
Do yes. So he's saying, don't inject any of that stuff, and I'm almost really ignoring him as I'm pulling out these surgical pills that may or may not be
From
covered in stuff.
surgery.
So it's a good thing I had advantage because one roll was really bad. That was a 99, but the advantage gave me a 49, which is just one success.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to mitigate that. You're sort of, kind of figure out what's going on with him and give him a bit of a fix to it so he doesn't have disadvantage. However, you're going to have to spend one component piece. So I ask you, is it a regular component piece or is it some organic component pieces?
Yes.
Do you inject him with that alien shit, as it were?
course
Yes.
you do.
Yes, I do. Of course I do.
All right. So after he said don't do it, your first reaction is to pull out the syringe and go, boop, and just jank it in. And so, I mean, Jackie, it worked. The pain is gone. You don't have this disadvantage, but she definitely just injected you with that alien stuff.
There should be no side effects for at least a week.
You're fine. You'll be fine.
How do you even know?
Because in video games, it's cool.
Kid.
Conjure will like take out a little notebook. How are you feeling? Take your temperature.
I'm feeling claustrophobic, and he kind of like gently pushes Codger away.
Nice. But so you guys are, the other guys are scavenging. You come back to these two like sort of surrounding Jackie, but there has been a pile of stuff that's kind of laying there that could be easily made into a bridge. But that's what you come back to after like looking around for a bit.
Yeah, let's get this thing constructed and get on the way.
All right, so one of you will just have to make a crafting skill roll to see if you can successfully make a bridge. The others, anyone else who wants to help, can help. And we'll talk about teamwork if you guys get to that, if you guys decide you want to help.
Yeah, I'd help.
Yay, teamwork.
So I think Jackie is actually going to sit it out,
Yeah.
and that'll be him having injured himself and kind of taking it easy.
Yeah.
But he's going to try to keep a lookout while everybody else is kind of working to build this.
Sure. Okay, so those that are who is the primary of this particular action?
I mean, I've got crafting.
Oh, I think Cam.
I do
no,
too. I got
Conjure.
65 and I'm skilled in crafting,
Yeah.
so I get plus
Oh,
5.
yeah, yeah.
So
I should
70.
probably-
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's Codger.
You
So
go.
the others that are
All you,
helping,
buddy.
the others that are assisting will make a crafting skill roll, and your degrees of success will increase the threshold for Codger. You can also alternatively do that command thing I mentioned before, where you do command instead of the crafting roll. So instead of like helping out by like hammering nails, and you're standing there being like, no, this goes to that, and we'll see
the
what
guy
happens.
with the clipboard.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That might be
Triple.
Cam.
I'm actually pretty good at crafting, so I'll help you with the crafting.
Okay.
All right, Terry, you
Uh,
got how many degrees of success?
Triple.
So 3 degrees. All right, so now you're at 85, Codger.
Okay.
Yeah, though I'm really good at crafting, this is just beyond my skill set, and I got nothing.
Okay.
Sorry.
So I have resourceful,
Right.
but I don't have crafting.
Correct. The resourceful counteracts your disadvantage on your crafting. Now, one day if you become proficient in crafting, you will have advantage on your crafting.
Oh, okay.
Right.
But
So right now it
can
just
I-
counteracts the disadvantage.
Okay, so do I need to
You just roll a normal roll. Yeah.
No, okay, gotcha.
Which is that building game? Is it Fortnite where you're building stuff?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
so.
That's there.
That's
That's why
essentially
you're
what it is.
resourceful.
You're pulling a Fortnite right now.
Awesome. So I rolled a 47,
Mm-hmm.
and my instinct is 55.
Okay, so 1 degree of success. So now you're at 90, Codger. That is your stat you got to roll under.
Total, including my skilled.
Yep, with your skilled. Yep.
Okay. I got 60.
All right. Well, that's a success. That's enough to put your bridge together. We wish it could have been better, but it is a crafted bridge.
It
It is
ain't
together.
much, but it'll hold Andre back there.
His name is Jackie.
Actually, we don't have names. Do we remember our names yet?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
We-
you're starting
we-
to remember your names. Yeah, you're starting to remember them. They're coming back to you.
Well, this bit of armor I'm wearing, it says this name.
Yeah.
We'll go with this one. No.
Guess my name's Marlboro.
Let me check my underwear. Oh, Calvin Klein.
Nice. Yeah, mine would be Haynes. So hey, we're working out here.
Fruit of the Loom? That can't be my name.
I was just thinking.
You guys are wearing underwear?
They gave you underwear.
That was just a
So,
Back to the Future reference.
So what you're saying is you're commando?
Commando, yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Great. I'm not carrying him or her if he hurts themselves.
Okay,
All right.
so we built this bridge.
You
right?
built the bridge. And
Yeah,
you guys
let's
can
do
cross
this.
The thing. Everyone is fine. The rest, like most of you, are okay, except for Jackie. Jackie, as you step onto the bridge, it starts to rock very precariously. Make an athletic skill roll for me to see if you can get across before the thing like tumbles and you go down.
Catch the running shoes. No.
All right.
That is what they're for.
As
Yeah.
long as I hold them, it should be fine. I'm sure they'll fit. Hey, I rolled a 10.
Oh, nice.
I'm proficient. So, yeah,
three.
out of
Triple.
60.
Yeah.
So that's a triple success for me.
Oh yeah, you absolutely like while this bridge is like and like bending and bowing in the center, you just go tick 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 across. And
It
maybe
seems like this is a firefighter type of thing.
Yeah.
You just watch
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
yeah, and then maybe
Balance.
maybe at the
Pretty
last
light on my
second
feet.
you jump and it just goes as the bridge goes tumbling down, but you make it to the end.
And behind is an explosion just for
Just for fun.
effects.
Yeah.
He kind of comes up. He's got smudged like stuff on him, but it's all like, in the right places.
Yeah,
so
it's
it
all
just
in
looks-
like this. It's just like a not like he
Hair's
actually
so
got it from
perfect.
somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Yeah, so you guys get past that, and traveling along the road a little bit farther, you come to another junction point where I make you make another set of rolls. This time, what you come to is the road is entirely blocked in front of you. A building has fallen down and smashed onto the ground, but underneath it is a bus sort of holding it up. You guys realize you can get past this. You can't really climb over it. It is too tall to climb over without tools and stuff, but you can crawl under it based on this bus if you go through it. This is a very close, confined space. So the way that this kind of thing, this is going to be a contort roll. Contort roll is essentially an agility roll, but it's modified by your size. So let's look at your sizes. Let's see. Let's start at the top. So Cam, you're regular size, you're average sized. Codger is average sized. We'll get to Jackie in a moment. Remy is average sized. And Terry is average sized. So all of you guys are fine. So what you're going to get is you're going to do an agility plus 10 you get a plus 10 because of your size. So you're all average. Plus 10 for your roll. If you succeed in the roll, then you manage to scoot on through this bus, no problem. You don't get snagged, you don't get injured, you don't get anything. Jackie we'll get to in a second because Jackie is different. So, did everyone get success?
Sorry, did you say straight up agility?
No, it's agility
skill?
at plus 10. Plus 10.
Oh.
Because of your size, because you're not very big.
Ooh, I got 11.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's 3 degrees of success for me.
Codger, you're good at getting into the tight spaces there. That was a triple at least?
Yeah.
Or no?
Yeah, he slipped on through. He just kind of went in. He's like, just straight on through. No problem.
So my agility 70 plus 10 is 80.
Uh-huh.
So, and I rolled a 22.
Oh, same deal with you. You just kind of go on through.
Just walk.
Yeah, I recall. I think I was in the military, so I'm just crawling along. I got 1 success.
Okay, yeah, you get through. What about Cam?
So yeah, Cam, maybe she's just trying to pick the different window or whatever. She doesn't get very far at all. She failed. So
Yeah.
I think I'd like to, we're going to go for it. We're going to use a luck
Okay.
and try to re-roll.
You
All
have
right.
enough. You have 6 of them.
Well, but if she
Exactly.
Yeah,
fails,
but
This could be real
she's
bad.
inside of a bus underneath a big building, right?
Yeah.
So.
Well, it paid off. I got a 16 on that roll. My agility is 50, so that would be
Double.
double
Yep.
success.
So you guys, so you guys are all climbing through. You scoot past like dead bodies and like stuff that's kind of grossly mossed over. Cam, you get snagged on something, but you manage to just kind of break free from it. Jackie, let's talk for a moment. You and I, just the two of us.
This sounds great. I'm sure it's
Jackie-
gonna be fine.
Jackie, you actually, you're not. It's not really bad off for you. You only have a minus 10 to your agility to get through this thing.
That's pretty bad.
But for you,
pretty bad
that's
for
really
me.
bad because I don't think your agility's that high, if I remember.
Yeah,
correctly.
it starts at a 25, so now we're down to a 15.
All right, so you have to get below a 15 to get through this thing.
Actually, before Jackie goes through,
Mm-hmm.
how long is the rope that I have?
It is 30 meters, so
And how-
90 feet.
That's enough.
That's
and
enough.
Yeah. So, Jackie, tie this to you, and we get out to the other side, and we'll, in case we have to, pull
have
you,
to
but
yank?
yeah,
Yeah.
in case you get stuck. If you get collapsed, well, we won't even discuss that.
Yeah, why would you even?
We'll lose the rope if that happens.
You're
Good.
worried about the rope?
I'm going
Right.
to throttle you if I get through here. I swear.
Children, no respect for the elders, right?
He's going to like take everything like that's extraneous off of his person. He's
Mm-hmm.
going to take his armor off.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to take off the backpack that he's got.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to kind of slide the axe kind of through. I guess maybe even like tie the rope to that stuff first and let them drag that through first, and then he'll affix it to himself.
Okay.
Hey, Jackie, I got some of this stuff. We could maybe, rub it on your butt. It's like,
I think
it
I've
might-
got enough of that already. Thank you.
Oh, I think
Are you
I
sure?
I might have
Yeah.
some grease here somewhere. I think I picked up some grease. How much would it be to craft
So
something
we could
like
just make a
Craft
crafting roll.
grease?
I don't know.
It's got
Probably
like a tub of Crisco.
like 2 or 3 component pieces if you manage to pull it off.
Motor oil. It
Yeah.
could be motor oil.
Yeah, a
Oh,
combination.
yeah.
So 3.
Yeah, we'll say
3
3. Yeah, we'll say 3.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness, not even close. 79 out of 60.
Yeah, no, you're like trying to figure it out, and you're just like, yeah, it's not really working out very well.
But this looks like a blade. No, that won't be good. No, I have nothing. Yeah, the
What made
crafting
this
pieces.
stuff?
I didn't have the right
Hydrochloric
crafting
acid.
pieces. Yeah.
All right, so because you took all your stuff off and you put it through first, I will go ahead and make it just a straight agility roll. So we won't have that minus 10 because you tried to make yourself smaller. So I'll give it to you.
Okay. Here we go. No, that's 47. Fail. And I am not spending a lucky on this.
Okay, that's probably a smart move. Last time someone did that, I was like, and the building starts to collapse on you. They're like, oh no! All right, so you get snagged and you're kind of stuck in there. Caught on something, and there's like a dead person's hand like falls on you. It's not so great for you to get the rest of you guys. You want to try to make a strength roll to see if you can pull Jackie through.
What now?
Before a strength roll, is there anything we can do to leverage to move some of the
Absolutely.
debris out of the way?
Absolutely, yeah. Because you have things like a baseball bat, you have the axe that he gave you. You could totally make a prying roll to sort of hold this up, which would be a strength roll again. But you have advantage on it because of the tools you're using.
Let's use his axe.
Yeah, and I won't be attempting this.
But I will say, because I was going to say the same thing with the pulling of the rope, for each person that does it, I'm going to increase the amount. So instead of it being a teamwork, it would basically just get higher and higher, and then I'll just roll it for you. So if all 4 of you are trying to pry this thing and sort of brace it, then we'll do something. It'll be like
Yeah.
Indy, and I'll make a roll and see if you guys succeed.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I'm trying to figure out if I can do anything.
Because I realize that the strongest one amongst you is the one that's currently trapped.
agility.
Yeah.
I think we're all.
He can help too.
I don't think we have anyone have over 30 beside from the 4 of us.
I have
Yeah.
40.
Oh, big, strong.
Remy's the strongest. Yeah. Well, so here's the
Messed
deal.
up.
Here's the deal. I gave you guys 20 for each person that was doing it, which put you guys' combined stat at 80. And then I rolled. The ones that I was a 1, the 10s die was a 60. So you're fine. You managed to keep it right open. And Jackie could sort of scoot out. Jackie, make a resolve roll for me, though, because of all of the deadness that's falling around you and grossness that you're sliding through.
Okay. That's a 10. My
Okay.
resolve is a 30.
Yeah, so you're fine. Yeah, this is nothing.
Fireman.
This is nothing. Whatever. Dead people. It's fine.
Firemen have to see some pretty grisly stuff. So
Yeah. Yeah, so you're fine. Like, even though you come out, like, covered in, like, human goo, You're totally fine.
Better than alien goo.
But
That's
is it
inside of him.
really?
Speaking of alien goo, as you come out the other side, you see in front of you 5 dead alien bodies laying on the road. Whoops, sorry. Let's read it. So there are 5 dead alien bodies, motionless bodies on the road, and their gear is sort of scattered about them. It's not useful. It's all broken up. But a malnourished, mangy dog stands over one of the bodies, dipping its nose into the chest cavity before it begins chewing, covering its face in a green, semi-luminescent liquid. As the group exits the back of the van, as you guys get Jackie out, the mangy dog looks up at you, takes a step backwards, and begins a low, protective growl.
Hey, it's a companion.
Don't look at me. Dogs don't like me.
What?
Yeah.
Does this thing just look like it's like feral, or does it look like it's got like foam coming out of its mouth, or?
There are no signs that it has any kind of like diseases or rabies or anything. It just looks like a feral dog, or at least what probably was a regular household dog that is now stuck out in this wilderness area.
Right.
Yeah.
Now become feral.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's eating alien goo at the moment, or at least it was.
Right. Yeah, it's desperation at this point.
See, it's perfectly safe, Jackie.
Jackie will kind of, I think it's kind of one of those situations where he's like coming out of the van and everybody else has got their backs turned because they're like grabbing a hold of him, like pulling. And he sees this dog. He's going to, whoa. And he's going to stand up and he's going to try to reach for whoever's got his axe, but without looking at them, just kind of like, empty clawing towards them. And he's going to try to square up against this thing.
Whoa, watch your hands.
Sorry. Yeah.
Are you going to try to intimidate it then, or you just want to stand and wait to see what it does?
Ooh, yeah, intimidation is a thing. I think
Those animal.
I do have it. Go ahead.
There's also Animal
I don't
Ken.
have that.
And Animal Ken is
Wait.
the one you use to sort of command it and make it your friend kind of thing.
Hold on. Jackie's intimidating?
He is. He's proficient in intimidating.
Proficient in intimidate, and has a decent enough charisma that he could actually probably pull it off.
Maybe. But yeah, I think unless anybody else wants to do something against this thing, I'm gonna try to scare it off.
Okay.
No? Okay.
All right then. So you will have advantage on your intimidate because you are 100 or more build. So you are a imposing figure anyway.
Okay.
This is the upside to the intimidate thing.
Yeah, it's good
For you.
for those giant genetics.
Yeah.
All right. So advantage is going to give me 29 out of 40. So.
All right. Well, this thing is not even going to really resist. You manage to just scare it away. You're like, rawr! When you get up, you're like, stand up square against it. It just takes off. Just leaves you guys behind and runs away, leaving you there amongst the dead bodies.
I want a David Attenborough again.
Okay. This time you can actually do academics or medicine, whichever one you want to do. If you're proficient in both or academics, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah. Success 67.
A success. All right, so you know that you can't really get a whole lot of information off of them, but they were killed based on a series of attacks against their major organs. You can guess that this was done deliberately to kill them in the fastest way possible. And then there's a little puppy on the screen.
Sorry, that's a cute dog.
This is the big scary dog that you scared away, Jackie.
Hey, I've seen real feral dogs that size. They are scary as shit.
Yeah. So
Hey, Cam, come take a look at this. It looks like these things were targeted for quick death.
Ooh, yeah. So Cam would come on over and start.
Medicine or academics? It's up to you.
Yeah, medicine. And could I start pulling out the surgical tools and start
Dissecting them?
Yeah.
They're already kind of opened a bit, so yeah, that's fine with me though. But you
Good night.
find, let's see, one smaller creature, one larger one. Nope. Smaller. Oh, they're all okay. So 4 of the 5 are basically the same size, and then one is a bit bigger. And that's it.
I'll go for the big one.
Okay.
Yeah. 61 under 80, so just a regular success.
Yeah, they're aliens. They have, alien features, the third eye, that kind of stuff. But yeah, the same thing. They were killed in the most efficient way possible by cutting all of their major organs. That's really all you get.
Yeah, someone targeted these creatures precisely.
Were they killed by human weapon, or does it look like alien weapon?
Yeah, that's the problem. Is neither of you got well enough on your thing to be able to tell the difference.
I can't tell. They're just so damaged.
So while they're doing that, can I just kind of take a eyeball look around to see if anything is like, since there was the dog, is there anything else around
Yeah, make a perception roll.
while they're doing their thing? Now I'm proficient in perception. So what does that mean exactly? I forgot.
You just won't roll with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Okay, that's right. Wrong dice. Stop it. Ooh, 40 out of my instinct is 55.
So up ahead of you in the road, it splits, going up to a path that seems to be overrun with like household lawn debris, and then the other side, like trees and stuff, like bushes and things. The other side goes down into where there's like a fallen building. Both of them go toward that area to the freeway entrance that you can see. But that check that you made, you can see that there's something. There's the fallen building. There's like water, and there seems to be something moving around over in that area, just beyond the building, kind of.
Immediately tap on Jackie.
What?
Something's moving over there.
You kind of turn around, pull the binoculars out.
Okay.
See if you can get a better look at what this might be.
Make a perception roll for me with advantage because of the binoculars.
So I have skilled in perception, so that's a 45 is what I'm looking for. That is an 11.
Okay. That's
So
good
it's
enough.
Triple. No, not quite triple.
2 degrees, right? Yep. So
Oh, wait. With 45, I think it is triple.
Yep.
Because it's normally a 40,
Yep. You're
which
right.
gives
It would
me
be.
normally a 10.
Yep.
With the 5, I think that bumps it.
Wait, where are you giving yourself the 45? Because you're skilled. Never mind. You're right.
Because I'm skilled in perception.
Yep,
Yeah.
correct. Yes. So yes, you definitely get a chance to see. Because you had 3 degrees of success, you can totally make out what it is. There is some kind of person just beyond the building that's fallen down on that side. Probably one, but it's a person for sure, a man size that's roughly the same size as you, but made of patchy skin things that seem to be grafted to each other.
It's some kind of like a Frankenstein's monster type thing.
Zombies?
You've seen that movie? Not zombies. He kind of like smacks like Remy just like softly with the back of his hand.
What?
Like the movie Frankenstein, the big thing, you know.
Oh,
like
you
the
mean in that
staples
one?
all over?
You mean in that one game? Okay. Yeah.
Whatever. It's one of those looking things. I think. I don't know. It's big. Whatever.
Have
it is.
magical powers and stuff.
Kid, I don't know what to do with you. So there's somebody down that way. Yeah, I don't know if it's. I mean, it's human shaped, but
Could have
I
magical
don't know.
powers.
I don't know what he's talking about. I think he hit his head.
Sorry, I was trying to hold that in, but I couldn't hold that laugh in.
Actually, can I borrow the binoculars? I want to get a look at this thing. Is that
Yeah,
possible?
sure.
So that's advantage.
Yeah, advantage in your perception roll because it's long distance away. If it was like right up next to you, that wouldn't be helpful at all. But It's far away.
I got the same number on the tens die, but still a success.
A success?
Yeah, just one.
Yeah, there's a person over there for sure. A man person, but you can't really make out much more than that. For whatever reason, you don't get the right angle. You know, it slipped in between something or something. But you saw it. It was definitely a man. But that's all you got.
I saw a bear in the woods. I would try to stay away from it, not engage it. So let's just keep going and keep an eye on it.
Yeah, so there are two paths, essentially. The road diverges, so you can go the other path and not go down to that path where that thing is. If you take that, if you're trying to avoid it.
Other path.
I've killed many a bear before.
No, you haven't.
So you want to go
In
the
a video game.
Yeah, but
the road that leads away from these dead bodies leads that you're taking because you're not going toward the maybe Frankenstein monster down there. The road is relatively easy as it makes a slight incline due to the fissure and continues through areas that seem to have escaped the devastation that befell the city. At the crest of the incline, you catch a glimpse of the white tower in the field at the end of the city and are once again filled with the impression that it is a safe place, but have no distinct memories as to why you have the field, just impressions and peaceful emotions. The road ahead of you quickly becomes a carpet of green grass laced with thick vines that meander up and down houses and down into the chasm that's made between the two split roads. And just as quickly as the grass began, the path becomes a jungle of suburban shrubbery that has grown uncontrollably together, obscuring vision and making it difficult to move forward. A little bit more. The air gets thicker with moisture, and after breaking through a thicket of little leaf boxwoods and inkberries, you discover a lush area filled with dozens of bright blue and purple flowers under the canopy of tall Japanese maples. Growing between the flowers in the moist air are chanterelle and morel mushrooms.
All right, look at camera. Are those safe to eat?
She would look at you where you're pointing out the mushrooms and stuff. Are they safe to eat?
Unless
know
they're
that?
survival check, and then I can do that.
Well,
They're
so
delicious.
I will give it to you guys without having to make a survival check because these are common mushrooms that are mushroomed when people go mushrooming.
And
Both
so
of these
good.
both of these mushrooms are absolutely edible mushrooms.
I would like to collect some.
Okay.
Wait, are those the kind of like mushrooms that, like
That you fry up and
Mushrooms.
eat? Yeah.
Well, we could actually add some of the alien stuff on them, and then maybe they'll become other mushrooms.
Oh, I'm good. I'm fine.
Okay, so in order to forage them, this is where the foraging thing comes in this game. In order to forage them, you would just make a survival roll. You have to get close to them. But for each degree of success is another food unit you find while foraging. And everyone can do that. Like, it doesn't have to be one person. You guys can do it independently of each other. So everyone who wants to forage can make a survival roll and see what happens.
So close to a triple, but just a double.
Okay, so you find 2 food units.
So I just got one
Nothing.
level of success.
1 success.
Yeah.
So 1 food unit. Cadre got nothing. Destroyed it in the process of trying to, get it together.
I failed.
Okay. Also did not get anything.
I also failed.
Okay.
All right, so we're at a total of 7 now.
Yep.
If you
Count the
get
stuff
lucky.
you guys had before.
Yeah.
You can also now here's where foraging is cool because it's like salvaging. You can actually forage again, but you need a great success or higher to get anything. But it would be mostly just the 2 that succeeded before. The rest of you are kind of like, I'm not really finding anything. So you guys could try again and find more food units. And you just keep going. We keep doing that until you run out.
I'll try again, but I'm
And the reason why
The Codger wrecked them all.
the reason why the success requirement goes up is because you found some stuff. There's now less stuff to find, right? And so eventually you run out. You're like, there's a natural endpoint where you have to get greater than a critical success to find anything. And so that's how it works.
yeah. So this time I just got the 1 success, so I did not find.
Okay,
any
so you
more.
didn't find anything.
So-
There's just not enough.
So you're saying we could do one more roll if we wanted to, or no?
No. So now you need to get amazing. Well, she could do. She didn't find anything. She didn't get a great success, so she actually technically failed. So right now, you guys have just kind of found all the food units of the mushrooms in this area. But Since you all were foraging near the... Everyone make an immunity roll for me.
I think I get advantage on immunity rolls.
Yeah, if you have healthy immunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fail.
Mm.
I'm spending too much time with the mushrooms.
There was some magic mushrooms there.
What's
I-
Jackie
I-
wanted?
I got 1 success.
Yeah, I almost got 3 successes, but I rolled my immunity is 40, and I rolled a 16.
I also got a single success.
Okay. Those of you that got a success, you're fine. Everything's fine here. Everything's totally fine here. You're fine. Those of you that failed, you're fine. Everything's fine here. Or so you think. Look at your character sheet. Go down to the section where it says immunity, or that says stage of infection, or infection. And go ahead and mark the incubation for me if you could.
Wonderful.
Mhm.
Sounds great.
If for those that have the rules, you actually don't know what's going on right now. You don't. There's no signs of anything happening to you. So, but that's metagame knowledge. In-game knowledge, yeah, everything's fine here. You guys are fine. But as you guys come up from like foraging these mushrooms and stuff, the 3 of you that didn't find anything the first time, you're just kind of like waiting while the others continue to try to find stuff. Not really finding anything either. But as they're doing that, you start to see spores. Big yellow puffy spores coming up out of these flowers around you guys.
Oh, that's not good.
No. Maybe we should leave. And he kind of like pulls his shirt like up and over his nose.
Yeah, we all need to get masks on our faces right now.
Yep.
I'm thinking of making a portable fan with the lithium-ion battery. Just
Yeah, you guys can make masks. So this is where that crafting stuff comes in. This is one of the ways that you do it real fast. Like you can make a batch of items. A like bandana we'll say is 2 component pieces, right? So what you would do then is you would try to make a batch of them. So whoever's going to try to craft, if they wanted to make a bunch of bandanas real fast, whoever's going to do that, which is apparently Codger.
Codger?
You brought it up.
Yeah, where's craft?
Crafting, sorry, it's crafting. It's under the instinct. Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Yeah, of course. Let's do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can
So
do
what
that.
will happen is you'll be making a batch, which is slightly different than making other things, but it's the same rules. So you're still going to make the roll like you would, and then we'll talk about what happens after that. Is anyone helping, Codger?
Sure, I'll help.
Well, you were kind of looking for the stuff, so we'll say Remy's really the only other option.
All right.
What now?
Remy, you're the only other option. Are you going to help him make these bandanas?
He worked. He played Minecraft a few times, so in Fortnite, so he knows how to craft.
I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
So if you want to do it, go for it. Then you'll add the Codger's roll.
Okay, yeah, I'll do it. Although I'm young enough, so I don't need a mask.
What'd you get?
Let's see here. It's crafting right. Instinct. Yeah, I rolled right on the number.
Okay.
So 55.
Okay, that's a success then. So Codger, you get a +5 to your thing.
+5. Okay, so I'm at 75 now.
Yep.
Cool. 19.
Cool.
So I think that's
Triple.
3 degrees of success, right? Oh, that's 70.
Or was it one?
No, I think it'd be 2 degrees of success.
Oh, you just missed it.
A little bit.
Let's see. 70.
So I like this system here. Not everyone has to be good at weapons or other stuff. Everyone has their own strength.
So 2 degrees of success. The way that will work,
Wait, so 18.75 is the 3 degrees of success. I rolled a 19.
Ah,
Missed it by that much.
I'll give it to you just because it's a one shot. We'll let it happen.
Rounding, man. Come
Yay,
on.
math. Yay, math.
All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a 3d4. That's what you're going to roll. And you're going to need to give me that number because we're going to make a pool of component pieces.
Okay, sorry, looking for some D4. Actually, I guess I technically only need.
You just need one. You can only roll it 3 times.
Yeah, but it's way more fun to roll 3 of them.
Right, it is.
old
Okay.
school.
So I got a total of 9.
9. Okay, so you needed 10 to make 4, or to make all of the 5 bandanas you needed, because I said there were 2 each, right? But 9 means that in the batch, we have 9 component pieces together in this batch, you can apply them as necessary to the batched items that you're making. So 2 per, so you get 1 bandana, 2 bandana, 3 bandana, etc. You make 4 bandanas, and then you lose the other 9th piece. So if you pull your resources together, make 4 bandanas on the fly.
So Remy didn't want one because he's too young to get.
Exactly.
But that's what happens. So that's how a batch works. Because in the batch, it's like applying it to like making the item, except you can keep doing it until you have however many you make out of the batch.
So how many component pieces?
He used up 9, so however many he had, and then how many he had to borrow.
So maybe
Yeah,
one
I
of
had
the,
3, so I had to borrow 6 component pieces.
I'll
Yes.
hand you the 6.
well, I was
I
going to say maybe one of them is going to be one of the biological ones, and maybe that goes to Jackie.
Yeah.
Start using alien bits. Here's some alien bits.
There's this flappy alien part for you to put over your mouth and nose.
It's a
There you
filter.
go.
It'll be fine.
It's from that Rick and Morty episode where they had to wear the squeak.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's how many. So 4 of you have bandanas that he made on the fly as these spores start lifting into the air around you.
I hold my breath.
yeah, don't
Yeah.
breathe, Remy.
Yeah, gunslinger without a bandana. Huh?
So immediately around us, is there anything where we could possibly do salvage, like a targeted salvage?
Yeah, I'll allow it. There's just spores flying around you, so we'll make a roll if you stay in this area.
Could I move out of the area?
Yeah, you can push on. You guys can keep moving forward.
Well,
So it's just confined to right here.
Yeah, right here for as far as you can tell.
Okay.
yeah, I'm going, and if I'm gonna move ahead by myself, I'm gonna try to stealth.
Okay, make a stealth roll, and you'll move ahead by yourself, disappearing into the continued shrubbery.
Yeah, and try to get out of the cloud of COVID.
Yep.
Ooh, I rolled a 2.
All right. Yeah, you vanish into the trees. They don't know where you're going.
Where'd it go?
Oh, the rest of you.
Guess
you
we
guys
should
wanna-
all press on.
And you can see
Yeah.
the kid.
No.
Okay.
Where did the kid go?
Kid disappeared, guys. With the rest, like into the trees. You didn't see him leave. He's like left, and then just like is gone in the trees.
I mean, he was just here a moment ago. Damn that kid.
Remy, as you move forward, everything seems to be much of the status quo from before. There's like spores floating in the air all over the place. But it's trees now, and you can see that it's not very far to the end of all of that. So it's just like an area of like sporeness, and then past that, you get to like get out of it, and you get back toward the road and stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to move out of this because I don't know how long I can hold my breath.
All right, make an athletic skill roll to see how fast you can get through this sporeness.
Okay, I am proficient in that. So
See, if you fail, then we'll have a conversation about this roll you'll have to make.
yeah. Well, it looks like I may have to make that roll.
Okay.
I rolled a 55.
Well, you remember luck.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But don't fail. Don't
I
fail.
know. Screw it. We got what? 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Something left in the game. So yeah, I'm blowing my luck, baby.
Oh, you failed, huh? All right, so you start to run, you trip over some I don't know, maybe it's a fence that has fallen down or something, and you go tumbling down. You hit the ground, causing yourself to become winded, right? And then what do? You will now take 6 damage from the spores as they enter into your lungs. You
Okay,
can
so-
make a resilience roll for me. You can make a resilience roll, and you can lower that number based on your degrees of success.
19.
Okay.
So 2
2 degrees of success?
degrees.
Alright. All right. You only take 4 damage from these spores as you breathe them in because you failed
So
your
that-
luck reroll.
That's under infection, right? Or is that
Nope. Just resilience damage. You just lose health points. You're
Health
losing
points.
4 health points. It bypasses
there
your
you go.
armor
Okay.
because you're breathing it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd lose 4 health points.
Yep.
Okay, cool. I'm at 6. So 16 is right above 4.
Yeah. So you can still scramble up and try to get out of here. It's not going to be a problem. You just now have taken some damage from the spores in the air. And you get out the other side, you cough. The spores are eating you up from the inside. At least that's what it feels like. The rest of you guys press on? Yeah, you press through. The same thing. You realize that past through these trees, there's just like another sort of open area of all just these spores floating around in the air. Fortunately, your mask seems to be holding up and keeping you from breathing these things in, but they're definitely everywhere.
They would have probably seen some crushed mushrooms.
Yep.
In a form of a body of some sort.
You see a fence that seems to have been like recently pressed down. You know, there's like a spore. There's like spores on the ground, but then there's like an impression like a spore angel essentially on the ground.
Oh yeah, totally.
And
they hear a coughing up ahead.
Yep, and up ahead you hear coughing. Breaking through, you guys come down. The road sort of. Whoa, where did I go? Yep, the road goes downward again and converges at the with the other road at the point beyond where the fissure sort of ends, just outside the highway ramp. At the base of the ramp is a fuel station and convenience store, and at the pumps is a makeshift van of scavenged parts. The hood, doors, frame, and back hatch are of different colors, and a stack of bumpers is assembled in the front to form a deflector. On the vehicle's roof, there are headlamps stolen from other vehicles. The van's hood is open, and it looks as if some parts have been removed. But inside the convenience store, you can see several empty shelves, but on a shelf, near the door, sits a single prepackaged pastry.
All right. Finally, some wheels. Let's get this thing running. I want to try to figure out what parts it needs and see if I can collect those parts from other vehicles.
Yeah, sure.
Well,
I'll help.
while you're doing that, I think I'm gonna look around. It looks like somebody was here at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna help Codger.
I'll help you too, Codger. I believe it or not, I kind of know a little bit about cars.
I believe it.
Okay.
I'm gonna look for ammo. I think I'm gonna look for ammo.
Okay.
Because I'm not gonna have time. I'm not gonna craft stuff with ammo, so
For sure.
I'm gonna look for it.
All right, so you're going to go ahead and make a salvage roll then. Jackie, what are you looking around for? Are you looking around for people, or are you going to go in the convenience store and look for stuff? What are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna go into the convenience store, but I'm also just kind of walking around. I'm just making sure that there's nothing here. No one here.
Got it. Then we'll get to you in a second. Terry, what did you get? 2 degrees of success? All right, you find 2 rounds of ammunition laying around. Nearby the door of the van. Strangely, they happen to be the exact ammunition you would need for your rifle. Unlike most ammunition where I just say it's ammunition, you can apply it to whatever. This is actually specifically for your rifle. Codger, Cam, and Remy. Because the 3 of you are together, I'm not going to make you guys make a mechanics skill roll. Together, you can figure out what's missing. It's not much. It's just a drive system. So basically, you can mechanic together a drive rating 1 thing just to get this thing running, and then later maybe make something better. But that just is 4 component pieces, and it would just be like basically a mechanics skill roll, right? Like we've talked about before. It's basically the same process you're going through, but you're going to use mechanics instead of crafting.
I have 3 components already.
I don't have any components left.
I've got lots of components. I still have my original 4. And my
Make it
mechanics
electric.
yeah, my mechanics is 70. That's
I've got 80.
then you should do it.
You can make it electric with the lithium-ion battery.
Right. Right, but it's basically a drive system, so it's going to be just those 4 component pieces for a drive rating 1.
So I'll give you my
30.
4 components. Yeah.
Cool. Got 31, so that's 2 degrees of success.
Okay. So you will roll 2d4 because you're making a brand new thing, so that's why it's a d4. If this is a repair, it would have been like 4d4, but this is making a new thing.
6.
6. Yeah. Okay. So that's enough. So you can make your rating 4 thing or your rating 1 drive system out of the 4 component pieces, so 4 out of your system, and then you have this piece together, and now you'll make one more roll to put it in, right? And you just need a success on that one. So you crafted it, and then now you're installing it.
Yeah. Success.
Okay, yeah. Then you go ahead and put it in the car. You know, tighten the bolts down, get it in there, connect all the like tubes and stuff to it, and all the wiring.
God damn it, Remy! Hold the flashlight right here.
Damn, you just old.
At that same time, when you guys manage to get that, is when Terry has found his 2 bullets after like doing a thorough search of the area. Jackie, so while they're doing stuff, you go into the convenience store and you're kind of looking around. There's actually a lot more in the convenience store than you were expecting. There's actually a bunch of comic books and sci-fi novels. The prepackaged pastry wasn't the only thing that was in there. There were other sort of prepackaged foods. But you're kind of like basically looking to see if there's anyone else around. Like, why is there just a car sitting here, right? Make a perception roll for me.
Okay. Roll a 63, so I'm going to spend another point of luck. There we go. Oh, God, no. I saw my 10s die, and it's on the 0. So I was like, sweet. And then I looked over the rim of my rolling tray, and the 1s is also a 0. So that's
Whoa,
100.
so you got a critical failure on a luck use reroll?
Yeah.
All right, so
Hi,
this
guys.
is really
Those
cool.
pastries are very interesting.
No,
I've
this
just
is
got
actually
eaten by
quite cool.
one.
This very rarely happens. This is a catastrophic failure. This is where you had a critical failure on a
So
reroll.
glad that I can tick this box for you, Scott.
Catastrophic failure. So you are sort of distracted by like the stuff in the place. You found there's tools there, and I think you're probably looking at the tools and you're like, oh, there's tools here. And as you get to that point where you're like, okay, cool, you see sort of a scanning red light go up and down your back, right? And you can see it in front of you, sort of makes your shadow sort of cast. That's how you see it. And you turn around just in time to see a bulbous robot thing, with spider legs coming off of it. A robot. At the same time that they finish repairing the car, it goes and explodes. Let's go ahead and check how much damage it does and see if you might actually survive this. You might. Maybe. You've got quite a bit of hit points.
Yeah, he's pretty beefy.
Yeah. So let's check the bomb.
The bomb.
The bomb. All right.
Someone set us up the bomb.
Someone set you up the bomb. Okay, it is not that much. It's only 1d10 plus 11. That's fine. But you catastrophically failed, so I'm going to do this. Sorry, it's going to be more. All right, so this bomb goes off. So you guys are working on the car. Terry, you finish your thing. And then all of a sudden, the glass that was in this convenience store goes shattering out. Things go flying, shrapnels all over the place. The pumps get knocked down. That is 25 damage to you, Jackie. 25 damage. So first your armor will go away, so that's 6. That'll leave 19 to go into you. Are you still alive?
And you said the armor, when it is damaged, is like...
Once it took the 6, it is now useless. It's 0 armor. So you still have some pieces you could maybe rebuild it, but it is basically gone effectively.
And then 19 points. Oh yeah, I have 15 health points left.
Okay. So you do live through that. You do live through that explosion. Smoke clears, and you're just like, your clothes are all shredded up. You've been hit with like pieces of debris. Maybe one of the tools like punctured into you. You know, like it's kind of half sticking out still. Yeah.
He walks out looking like at the end of Die Hard.
Yeah.
He's all, like his clothes are like removed, but in a way that's nice looking for him. It highlights his physique, and like even the wound is, surprisingly superficial. But he's like, oh, that was bad. Oh man. I found some stuff, but I don't think any of it's left. I'm just gonna sit down for a second. He's gonna like find like a concrete like curb or something to lower himself down onto.
At that same point, you guys see a drone robot flying up and over the gas station trying to figure out what just happened. It's scanning all over the place. In a moment, it'll be on to you guys.
Sniper rifle. Well, not well. Sorry, a lever action rifle up.
Okay.
Get in the car. Get in the car.
Hide.
I'm hiding in the car.
Does it look like an alien drone?
Nope.
Oh, the
no,
alien drone.
it's a robot drone. It has got
Right.
rotopellers. Yeah.
So it looks like our technology.
Yeah. But yes, jumping into the van would probably be your best option because if you guys can get away from it before it finds you. One thing you guys suddenly remember is that when one robot sees you, they all know you're there because they have this sort of fast communication network, especially if they're in radio signal with each other. And since it's right on top of the gas station, it probably got a radio signal from the one right before it blew up.
Let's go.
Yeah, and if Jackie's not getting up on his own, Cameron will run over and try to pull
Help
him
him.
along into the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's driving? Me? Codger? Who are you gonna? Remy? Are you old enough?
Somebody
Yeah.
else can drive it. I'm gonna take
That's
care
like-
of that.
Anyone can
I'll
drive. It's just
drive.
really a question of
I'll
like-
drive.
Okay.
Remy and Terry shoot. Cam picks up Jackie.
That's the. I'm good at driving, but
Let's put
I'm
the
gonna be
senior
shooting.
citizen at the wheel.
No problem with shooting. I'm on it. Is there like gun ports in this mess?
No, I mean it's got windows, right? It's a van, so it's got
Okay.
windows. Yeah, you can.
I
you can-
didn't.
And they're kind of
18
smashed out. This is an
18
apocalypse
van
van, so there's big open window spaces, right? Like
Uh.
it's not like a real, like it's just got these open spots. All right, so as you're gonna take shots as you drive away. So whoever's driving, make the drive roll for me. See how fast you can peel out
Well,
of this place.
If it's following us, then I'm gonna shoot.
Okay.
If
the
it's not,
instinct. Philip.
Oh yeah, damn! I have
Oh, yeah, that's-
disadvantage on that one,
Oh boy, that's why I.
we're going 20.
but I have a good
So we put-
instinct.
We put the senior citizen behind the wheel.
Yeah, I mean he has disadvantage, but a good instinct, so that's sort of the trade-off.
Yeah, I got 85, so that's failure.
It's like using his blinker and stuff.
Lock.
Maybe I.
Oh
should
damn! I only know how to drive manuals. This new finagled automatic.
Automatics are new finagled. That's perfect.
Oh, the new ones have buttons.
Yeah, gotta get that fob inside the car before you can get it going, that kind of thing. Yeah.
You don't know you're backing up because it doesn't go beep beep.
You mentioned I'll give it to you. You still can drive. You just did a really bad job. So as you're turning in to get onto the on ramp, you smash the side of the car into like a sign or something. Everyone inside gets jostled around. Everyone, just go ahead and make one roll for me. Make it a dodge roll to see if you can manage not to get bumped around inside the car as he slams it into stuff trying to get out of here.
Touch. Okay.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Fail.
Yeah.
I failed a full dodge.
I'm gonna roll mine at disadvantage because I got so
Yeah,
fucked
because you're all
so
messed up.
very
That makes sense to
recently.
me.
Yeah, that's a fail.
Wow. All right, so everyone who failed, you're going to take 4 physical damage. You can take it out of your armor if you want to like have your armor smash. Otherwise, you're going to take 4 damage. And that'll be what happens.
I am nimble as crap.
Codger, I thought you
So
said
I'm
you could drive.
so I'm thinking I managed to dodge myself, but maybe I accidentally touched something of
Stab.
Jackie because I was like trying to bandage you up and like, whoa, so sorry.
One of those surgical tools just like right into my kidney.
You
Yeah.
didn't need that part.
Wait, Jackie, you didn't want a vasectomy?
All right.
You finished putting me back together and there's an extra piece.
Like,
I mean, she just puts it in her bag of other organic component pieces, so you're fine.
Component piece.
All right, so you guys make your way as fast as possible out of the city, heading toward the safety of the White Tower. As you get closer, you realize that it is definitely not a traditional structure like made of concrete. It is made out of the same material as the inside of the room that you came out of, as you guys had suspected earlier.
Why are we going to the alien-like structure?
Now, there's the question. Do you guys want to blow past it, or do you want to check it
Because-
out?
It fills us with feelings of comfort.
It does.
And in video games, That's the best place to go. 'cause
You
we
do have
could
the
go-
option, and then we'll read the ending if you guys.
That's
take
why
that
we're
option.
not going to go there. Remy.
So would it be possible for me to be doing a medicine check on Jackie?
Yeah,
as
you
we're
could
driving?
absolutely do a medicine check on Jackie as this car is speeding off. So, Katja, you're not going to stop at the obelisk, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. You're just going to blow on by. You're like, screw this. Yeah. All right, then.
I'm used to not being comfortable.
Yeah.
So that is a 3 degrees of success.
Okay. That means that you
You
will
can rebuild them better than before.
well, because if you're doing a medicine roll, so because this is not combat, but it is a tense situation, I will go ahead and say it's basic sort of treatment. So it's 1d4 plus 1 per degree of success. So 3d4 plus 3.
3d4. And can I use the medicine kit?
Okay, that'll bump it up to 2d4 then per degree of success. So 6d4.
Wow. Okay. 64. I have to do this. So 3 plus 2 and 4. 3 plus 2 and 4 is 9. So I rolled really bad, but 9.
Still,
points.
though, that's 9 points of health
Yeah.
you give back to Jackie. In that process, you will have to get rid of 3 component pieces. So I ask you, what component pieces do you have left?
Come on,
Would
you
it
have
be
more
the-
alien?
Would it be 3 component pieces of the medicine kit or?
No. So the medicine kit is actually like a tool sort of thing. It increased the amount of
Okay, so-
healing you did, but you still have to
So I
get
use
component
one
pieces.
from I lose 1 from that for
Yep.
just doing that, and then I use 3 component pieces.
Yep, from your own
Yeah.
component pieces inventory.
I only have the biological ones left, so they
So-
are alien pieces.
So you get she uses the alien bits to like bandage you up. And the car races off past this thing and into the field. As you guys race past the obelisk, you feel this tug and pull that wants you to go back, but you don't. You push past it, and you continue to drive on. You don't know what's going to happen, and you don't know why you felt the desire to go to the obelisk, but today you've survived the maximum apocalypse.
As you see Remy looking out the window, looking at the White Tower, a lone tear rolls down his eye.
All right. So there you go. That is
I
is
shoot
game.
I shoot the drone just for fun.
It's just fun.
I got a triple success
Uh-huh.
on that with the called shot.
Oh,
because
nice.
That's what
Okay,
I
so
do.
you probably would have destroyed it relatively quickly. It doesn't have a whole lot of health, but
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, you would have destroyed it. So that is Maximum Apocalypse, the role-playing game that I made for Rock Manor Games.
Nice.
Excellent.
That's
Scott,
pretty
thank
fun,
you.
dude.
That was awesome.
And thanks for staying. We went a little bit over. We went about 12 minutes over. But actually, we probably didn't because we started late. But we started late, so that was my fault. But thank you for being part of this, and I appreciate you guys role-playing. This was really fun. You guys did a great job.
This was
It
a lot
was.
of fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a really fun game. I enjoyed that
Yeah,
a
that
lot.
was a blast.
Well, I will say goodbye to everyone. I'll add you the end cap, and then we can end our stuff. So goodbye, everybody. See you on the other side.
Don't be a Remy.
Make sure the music is going. Oh, I turned the music off.